It's time for Sports Day. Turn it up. It's Sports Day with Dan Day.
It truly is a beautiful day. The Panthers, Stanley Cup champions. Honestly, Vlad, I never thought I'd say those words outside of like a year ago. I would never thought I would say those words. Florida Panthers, Stanley Cup champions. Vlad, you were right there every step of the way. You even took it a couple of steps further. We're going to get into that throughout the afternoon, but it's still a beautiful day. We got more going on in the world. It's not just the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers that have our imagination. The Euros going on right now. Switzerland and Italy. Italy on death's doorstep the other day. By the way, they underperform. By the way, don't let me throw too much shade at Italy after what the United States did the other night against Panama. Nonetheless, Italy came from death's doorstep. About 30 seconds from being eliminated, they get a goal and they advance. Now they're playing Switzerland. Hope Switzerland beats their ass. I'm just saying. I get weird about soccer sometimes. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Mexico too. You know, people get mad at me like, why you hate Mexico so much? Stop that. You hate your rivals. By the way, we posted that thing about the Celtics classless celebrating here in South Florida, and we got a couple of pushbacks, but not so much because the people were like, well, you know, Boston's a good town. They all agreed, like, yeah, they were kind of mad at you because you said that Florida businesses shouldn't take their money, but nonetheless, I didn't get into it with them. So much going on. Copa America, Lionel Messi not playing tonight at 8 o'clock. He is injured. He's got a hamstring injury. What does that mean for Inter Miami? We'll see. And everything else that's going on. So we got a lot of good things going on. Panthers.
Yeah, sports is still busy, man.
Oh, dude, stop that. I hate that. It's the slow time there. It's never a slow time of the year. Vlad, you and I can sit in a room for 8 hours a day and talk and always have something to talk about. So we're good.
This is my fun time right now. NBA free agency and trades. I love this.
I know, man. Kevin Love. He turned down the option.
That's
$4 million.
I'm like, whoa.
And
Kevin Love might have.
Yeah. And then he said, oh, we're still trying to work things out. I mean, like, seriously, are you going to lose any sleep if Kevin Love retires? Because I don't know if he's going anywhere else, to be honest with you.
He might have teams that might offer him a contract.
Dude, I ain't going to lose no sleep over Kevin Love. Straight up.
I'm just saying.
Is he moving the needle, wins and losses for the Heat? Is he good for?
No.
What's he good for? How many wins is he good for if he stays with the Heat? 2?
I don't know. The whole team would have to be healthy. You don't need Kevin Love to play big minutes.
No, you don't want Kevin Love playing big minutes. But I saw him turn down that option. But then he and the team are both very excited about trying to work out a deal. League minimum. Yeah. Just being honest with you, man.
Look how things have changed when Kevin Love was traded to the Heat. Oh, man, this was great. Big move. And then now all of a sudden he opts out. You're like,
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Get rid of him. Get by.
Good.
We don't need you.
We're also going to talk about somebody else that needs to catch a little bit of shrapnel, Gabe Vincent. By the way, he might get cut by the Lakers so Bronny James can make the team. They might have to pay him a lot of money.
Told you, man.
That's the only reason why they're not going to cut him.
Who?
Gabe Vincent.
No, he's already signed a deal.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna. If they cut him, they'd have to pay him still a lot of money.
I don't know if they had to, yeah, whatever. But I mean,
he might get cut.
We'll see. He's got to stay healthy.
Bronny James needs to get on that court.
Bronny's not playing this first season, bro.
They're gonna give him a 10-day contract so that they can put James
He'll
and James on the
He'll
court.
play some games, but he's not playing a full season.
No, nobody said that.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Gabe is still gonna have a spot.
I'd have to cut him. Might have to designate him for assignment back in that G League.
You know.
Remember there was a time when Kendrick Nunn, we can't lose him.
Yeah, he did, and then the Lakers signed him, and then
Gabe Vincent, we can't lose him.
You're right, and then the Lakers signed him. And look at that. I think both of them combined played less than 20 games.
If you're a Lakers fan, you never want another Heat former player to be signed to your team.
Nope. No Heat. No Heat free agent.
No Heat free agent ever.
Yeah, no undrafted free agent that the Heat found.
Honestly, if Jimmy Butler becomes available, if you're the Lakers, do not sign him. Do not sign him. Of course, he's going to play with the Heat. He's a Heat lifer. We're good on that.
At least for one more season.
Yeah, at least. I like Pat Riley straight up. Pat Riley is an OG. He called his bluff. Where you want to go? Shut your mouth. And guess what Jimmy did? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, he didn't. He said, all right, cool. Y'all not going to pay me now. I'm going to play unbelievable, and you're going to have to pay me more. It's like almost a 2-win Dolphins situation.
We had John Michaels on the Hawk and Crowder show yesterday. He's like, my worst nightmare is that Jimmy balls out this year, and we have to pay a 36-year-old guy a big contract.
You might as well. That's the thing. And listen, we all know the Heat. We know how the Heat work. It's you got to go by history. They are not a organization that is willing to pay old superstars big money. They can't do it. They rather get the in his prime superstar than get the old superstar.
You know what the Heat should do? Let him ball out this year.
It's happened.
And then trade him or let him go.
Well, maybe
when the stock's high. Whoop.
But that's the thing. I think a lot of these general managers and execs, they're younger now. So they understand that it's better to get pieces. If you have a superstar, you have a guy, it's better to put pieces around that superstar and the second guy, the star, and then put pieces around him. The days of getting the 3 superstars are over.
No,
it only worked down here. It really only worked down here.
That was a different era.
Right.
Too.
Golden State was a big 3, but all they did was sign KD. They already drafted their superstars.
They were already winning.
Right. So it only worked. The big 3 really only worked down here in Miami, where you signed the guys and they even took less money.
And it was a big 3, but it really was kind of a 2-1. Like Bosh kind of had to step down a little bit.
Nah, Bosh, if you really look back at it, Bosh was critical. Yeah, so everybody's gonna have to,
right.
Somebody's gonna have to sacrifice, and he sacrificed, but he also got a contract. And unfortunately, if his health didn't go the way it did, then he would, Bosh's career would have been even. He's a Hall of Famer, so
yeah.
So it didn't really matter. He had a Hall of Fame career. But what I'm saying is this. You have a decision. They have a decision to make. Because if Jimmy balls out, what are you going to do? And Jimmy leads you to an NBA final or
They're doing it anyway. They're going to re-sign him. They're going to extend him. I've already told you that a million times.
I don't know if they really do.
They will. They are.
Look what they did with Bam. Good job by signing
First
Bam.
of all, the Heat made a statement this week without making a statement in the draft with Khalil Ware basically saying our future is Bam Adebayo.
And they re-signed Bam to a max.
They're going to re-sign Bam to the max. And Khalil Ware is going to play the 5 if, of course, everything works out. So Bam can be the 4. He doesn't have to be as physical down low with some of these bigger guys.
He's going to start shooting the 3.
He can start shooting 3s. Khalil Ware could also stretch the court. You basically say, Jimmy, you're right now. Bam, you are now in the future. That's what they did with that draft pick.
They better.
Hopefully Khalil Ware can make some things happen. Supposedly he has all the talent. I have watched some of his highlights. He can shoot. It's a 3-and-D guy, basically. Last year for Indiana University, he was dunks and 3s. The big question mark is his passion for the game. He's even openly said, I don't know how much I love basketball. Well, we're going to find out very quickly because with Udonis Haslem, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Eric Spoelstra, Pat Riley, you either love the game or you're out. So he can either be...
Nah, you can't play with Jimmy and Bam if you don't love the game.
He's either Hassan Whiteside or he's Bam Adebayo's running mate. I mean, that's the way I look at it.
I don't think you want Hassan Whiteside.
I'm not saying I want Hassan Whiteside. I'm saying, though, if he does not have the passion, he's going to find his way out very quickly. Deion Waiters? Mm-hmm. Hassan Whiteside? Mm-hmm. Some of those guys. So we'll see. That's his knock. But so far, he said everything right. He says he can't wait to run with Bam. He can't wait to play. He wants to win. Win is number one. Doesn't matter about stats. So he's saying the right things. Got to take him on his word and see how the season goes. You know what, Vlad? We haven't been celebrating the Panthers enough. You can't. Can you celebrate the Panthers enough? First Stanley Cup, 30 years.
Sam, I'm tired celebrating the Panthers.
I don't think you can celebrate anymore.
I've been celebrating all week. Tomorrow's the last day of celebration.
Let's celebrate a little bit. I'll put a little montage together so we can enjoy the moment that was Game 7 in the championship.
Tonight, Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final.
I've done my sentence, but committed no crime.
Very exciting, kind of leave all their desperation on both sides. It's been a very even series, I feel like. So, I'll keep on this.
Kicks in my bed, but I
Power plays over. Shot tip. They score. Rodriguez got it on net. It was tipped out in front. And the Panthers have the first one here in Game 7. 15:33 to go in the first. And the Panthers are on the board. It was Carter Verhaeghe in front getting a stick on it.
we are the champions. Yes, we are the champions.
Here's Reinhardt at the right wing side. Reinhardt to the right circle. A shot. And he scores! Sam Reinhardt gives the Panthers a 2-1 lead here in Game 7. 4:49 to play here in the middle frame. And Sam Reinhardt out of the right circle gives the Panthers the lead.
You brought me fame and fortune and everything that goes with it. Thank you all.
McDavid out to the line and driving a save made by Bobrovsky that time on Bouchard. Right side up top. Ekholm across one time to Bouchard. Save made by Bobrovsky with the pad. Out to the line again, Bouchard. He'll hold it for the Oilers. Long shot in front of chance. Left it. And somehow, some way that stays on the net. Oh my goodness. Wow. What a pile up down there. And somehow Bobrovsky on top of it. And Zach Hyman looked like he had a wide open net. And he wasn't able to cash in. And the Panthers remain up a goal.
We are the champions.
Dream 30 years in the making. Yeah! It's a reality. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup. One Stanley is coming home. You always will have a place in South Florida.
Lord Stanley has returned home. I'm not going to lie, Vlad. We were right. We said first goal wins the Stanley Cup. Panthers get that first goal. I'm out at Lost Weekend in South Beach. I'm like, we got this. 2 minutes later, oh, wait a second. The confidence went down real quick. I was like, I didn't say the other team could score right away afterwards. Seriously, 2 minutes later, Edmonton gets a goal. I was like, oh, but you rolled with it. First goal did win. Panthers do win. And in the next segment, we're going to talk about what that win meant. And also, Vlad, you were very close to the team throughout the whole day and a half of immediate celebration afterwards. So we're going to get into that also and kind of hear what it was like to be right there living that dream. But right now, let's get to those headlines. The Panthers Stanley Cup Championship Parade. It is tomorrow. Buses begin rolling around 11 on A1A. The ceremony starts around 1 o'clock. The stage is set up around 5th Street and the beach in Fort Lauderdale. It is going to be hot. It is going to be heavy. And you should probably be hydrating with a bunch of Funky Buddha and other beers. And when I say you, I mean just
I
you.
agree.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be here in the air conditioning.
Unfortunately.
I mean, Vlad, you can go if you want.
I'm here.
I'll man the ship right here.
I'm here.
We're going to be broadcasting Danny Rabinowitz and Tobin from the Tobin and Leroy Show, and Danny Rabinowitz from the Joe Rose Show. And Marcos is out there. They're going to be walking around, and they're at Bow Campers. You can't go to Bow Campers because it's totally sold out.
Nah, Bow Camp is sold out, man. It was
They're very happy to have us there. And they're going to be broadcasting live the parade. I don't know how you broadcast the parade, but we're going to be right here on 560. You and I might have to take over a couple times, Vlad. I got a lot of material. I'm getting up early tomorrow.
And then we're on right after the parade talking about the parade.
Well, I'm guessing the ceremony is going to last a little longer. So, like, the ceremony is supposed to start at 1. So it'll probably be like, we probably won't go on until probably like 2 o'clock, something like that. Just be ready to edit a lot because those hockey guys have been drinking for about a week now. And they
went to Vegas. They've been in Vegas.
Oh, they went to Vegas. They didn't go to Boston?
No. No, they went to Vegas for the draft. Poor Bill Zito.
Oh, yeah, Bill Zito's working,
man. Yeah, he had to work, sign guys, the whole nine. And
well, they haven't drafted anybody yet. They didn't have a pick last night, and they don't have a pick till the 3rd. They have 5 picks today.
But I think they partied in Vegas, and they should be back.
Boston University's Macklin Celebrini was the number 1 overall pick to the Sharks last night in the NHL draft. The Panthers, they do have 5 picks today in Vegas. 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round, 6th round, 7th round. Boom. Herbert Scroggins. I like the name Herbert Scroggins. He's committed to the U. The edge rusher from South Carolina chose Miami over the likes of Auburn and North Carolina. I like that name. He's got that old man name, Herbert Scroggins. Remember that name. This one's upset me, Vlad. The U.S. men's national team fell 2-1 to Panama Thursday night in the Copa America. They face Uruguay Monday at 9. A win, and they advance to the knockout round.
Uruguay got 6 points already. They're in first
They're
place,
done.
correct?
They're done. They're
Yeah,
through. They're through.
through.
Two and you're through.
Right. So are they gonna play their guys?
Yeah.
Are they gonna may Suarez start because he didn't come in until like the 81st minute in that win on Thursday?
Yeah, a lot of the times what soccer teams do, they don't do like the NFL. Like if they got everything wrapped up, they don't play anybody. They will play. They just will play limited.
Right, like a half or maybe 20 minutes.
And don't underestimate, they're playing the United States and they want to stick it to the U.S. And it's been a draw the past 2 times Uruguay and U.S. has played. But seriously, it's because the United States, they may try to stick it to us. And although they say U.S. isn't a power in soccer, it doesn't matter. They're going to want to try to stick it to us. So we'll see. We'll see. It would be nice if Uruguay would just lay down and let us get these 3 points so we can move on. Come on, lay down, guys. You already got 2.
I thought you want competition. Man.
No, I want to get into the knockout round. We'll have plenty of competition in the knockout round.
You talked all that crap and they letting you down. That's why.
I mean,
yeah.
What is Weah doing punching that dude in the back of the head? Not once, but twice. The first time they were willing, the referees were willing to let it go that he punched a guy in the back of the head in the 17th minute, by the way, right at the very beginning of the game. They were like, okay, stop it. And he punched the guy again in the back of the head. That's how you get red carded. Playing a man down. All I wanted was a tie. The Marlins were shut out. Couldn't get a tie there. The Phillies 2-0 last night. Ace Aaron Nola takes the mound for Philadelphia today, while Watery Munoz gets the start for the Fish. They start at 4 o'clock. The Heat have offered extending qualifying offers to Cole Swider and Alondis Williams. Also, Josh Richardson has picked up a 1-year, $3 million option to stay with Miami.
Okay.
I'm excited about Josh Richardson coming back.
Okay.
Copa America, Argentina minus Messi. They play Peru. Canada versus Chile. Both of those games are at 8 o'clock. Of course, Switzerland, Italy on right now. It's a scoreless tie, 19th minute.
I got the Azuris.
Yeah, I do too. And then Denmark, Germany at 3 o'clock.
The Germans will win, man.
Yeah, Germany's going to take that one. Although Germany, every once in a while, they underperform, so we'll see. Ooh, rarely do I say this. My girlfriend, Simone Biles. Whoo! She leads all categories at the U.S. Gymnastics Olympic Trials. Late next month, the Paris Olympics will start. It's good to see Simone Biles back on the pommel horse, although, yeah, they have pommel. They don't really have a pommel horse anymore. Nonetheless, Simone Biles looks like she is back and badder and better than ever before. She's leading every category. I watched it last night. Awesome. Can't wait for the Olympics. The Atlanta Hawks are trading DeJounte Murray to the New Orleans Pelicans for 2 first-round picks, Larry Nance Jr., Dyson Daniels, and E.J. Lytle. Thank you, Atlanta.
Why you say that?
Larry Nance Jr., Dyson Daniels, E.J. Lytle, 2 first-round picks. Take it.
That to me means Atlanta's tearing down that Trae Young era. I think Trae Young's gonna be moved this summer.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
You think Trae Young and DeJounte Murray both getting moved? I thought that they were riding and dying with Trae Young.
I don't, because here's the thing though, it's like, how long are they gonna ride? How many years has this been? Like 5 years with Trae Young? And it seems like he can't, there's not a running mate. There's not a dynamic with him because maybe he needs the ball. I mean, he's 30-10. He's gonna get you 30 points and give you 10 assists, but he needs the right partner to go along with him because
I mean, DeJounte Murray's really good.
Right.
It didn't work.
It didn't work. And it seems like DeJounte played better when Trae got hurt. But when they were on the court together, it never clicked. And then Josh Johnson got traded. That didn't work. Hunter seems to be banged up a lot. I don't know. I think their new general manager, Landry Fields, I think he's going to just tear it up and just get thinking OKC and just get a lot of draft picks. See, here's the one thing, last point. The reason why people are trying to get draft picks and try to be like OKC, but here's the thing. When OKC got those draft picks, they got a superstar talent back from the Clippers. You understand what I'm saying? Shea, SGA
He wasn't a star, but I mean, he wasn't a superstar.
but
back
you
then,
can
though.
tell, but you knew that this guy was good.
Yeah, you knew it was good.
None of these guys, none of these teams, when they're making these trades, are getting somebody that you can possibly say that, could be a superstar. You saw it with SGA. That's why the trade had to happen. But none of these teams they're getting the draft picks, but they're not getting that piece that you could build around.
Circling it back to the Miami Heat, get you wondering, New Orleans Pelicans, are they getting DeJounte Murray because they figure maybe Brandon Ingram could be leaving? And I'll tell you this.
You want BI and MI?
Whoa.
You want BI and the MI?
Automatic bucket getter? Yeah.
He's always banged up, man.
Yeah, he plays hard when he plays.
But he's banged up a lot.
I mean, so Jimmy Butler, healthy all the time?
I'm saying, but in this season, everybody's everybody's been called out. You need to stay healthy.
Well, the reason BI doesn't play all the time is because what the Lakers tried to do to him almost killed him. He decided from now on, I'm worried about my health more than anybody else. Brandon Ingram, if you didn't understand or don't know the story, had a blood clot. And the Lakers basically forced him to play. And he found out later that he possibly could have died. So he went to the Pelicans and said, if I want to sit out a game because of injury, I'm going to sit out a game because of injury. Reasonable.
Okay. I don't know if that's going to work down here in the 305.
Make a man play with a blood clot and see what happens.
They did it.
Oh, yeah, they did. No, they wouldn't let Chris Bosh play.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to work in the 305.
Okay. We'll see. I mean, if you're a Heat fan, I am, you want Brandon Ingram. I mean,
he's young.
He can score.
But he's also wants that bag this year.
Pay that man.
Your team needs you.
Cut Kevin Love.
Kevin Love is a free agent.
He is a free agent, so you'd have to cut him. Save that $4 million for Brandon Ingram. Find a way to get him. No, I don't think that the Heat have the money for that. But you never know. I mean, we see crazier things. Speaking of crazier things, let's go ahead and take a step into the day spa. A Florida woman intentionally ran over her boyfriend with her car while he was holding their child. To add more interest to it, in the past, she's almost rolled him over, but swerved at the very end. This time, she didn't swerve.
While he was holding the child?
Yeah.
Was that child hers? I mean, that's the only
reason why, it was their child.
You sure? Because that's the only reason why you're going to try to, think about it. You kill him and you kill your child. How dumb are you?
I mean, maybe there was life insurance involved. I don't know.
Ain't no life insurance in killing a baby.
How could you be that mad? I don't know what he did.
I don't know
how they almost did it a couple times.
That's that's the thing. Like, he's dumb. He must like that.
Yeah, what is he doing? Whenever you see your woman behind the wheel of a car, get the hell out of there.
Bounce.
A lot of questionable.
And how bad is her driving?
A lot of questionableness going on with that. Maybe she did try to swerve. And
Let me guess.
He dipped when they ducked.
Let me guess. Intangibles?
You're 100% wrong. Yes, sir.
Hispanic?
Nope.
African American.
You are correct.
Wow.
And we're not talking about South African.
Wow.
I saw the pictures.
We're down one. We're down one. That's nasty work, man. He had a bounce. But
he's still alive.
It does explain a lot, though.
All right, let's get back to some good news. The Panthers have won the championship. Vlad was right there, shoulder to shoulder with them for about 48 hours, basically the night of and the next day, plus what it means for the Panthers, for South Florida, and for Panthers fans in general. That is next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
The cool Rewind feature where you can listen to any part of any show you might have missed anytime. Get it now and make WQAM your favorite station.
Panthers Stanley Cup Championship Parade going on tomorrow, Fort Lauderdale. Just get down to A1A, get near the Elbow Room, Bow Campers, right there on the beach run where 5th and the beach meet. They're going to have the stage. You'll see everyone. It's going to be a wild drunk fest, and we're going to be airing it all right here on 560 WQAM from 10 to whenever it finishes. It could be 1, 2, 3 o'clock, and then Vlad and I will be here making it happen for you. In just a minute, we're going to get to how monumental this Stanley Cup win in Game 7 was for the Florida Panthers. But first, my cousin, Vladimir Louison, was there at the game and then some. Vlad, tell us, what was it, first of all, like before the game started inside Amerant Bank Arena?
Oh, it was tight ass. Everybody had tight ass.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had a case of tight ass.
Was anybody cocky and confident?
Nobody was cocky and confident.
Okay, just
No,
me.
Just,
By the way, we won our friend Sean, who you met at Duffy's in Plantation this past Thursday. A lot of money because he listened to maybe me more than you about how confident I was about the Panthers winning.
nah, he gave me the props, so it was me he listened to.
Oh, it was you?
Yeah, he gave me the props. It was me.
I was winning 7.2% out of 10.
Yeah, I was
7.2 out of 10.
I was the one that said 50-50, and it would be an under.
Oh, he went with the under.
I don't know what he won. He just won.
Hey, all that matters is he win,
Yeah,
baby.
he won.
So go ahead. So nobody was confident.
No, nobody was confident. What else was going on? Nobody was confident. There was a lot of Edmonton fans, bro. There was a lot of Edmonton fans. I was very shocked by that.
It's a long trip.
It was a long trip, but they really thought they were gonna pull the miracle, the impossible.
And then again, once again, you talk about, man, that was a long trip. It's a lot shorter of a long trip when you come to South Florida as opposed to, like, Dallas.
Yeah.
It's an easier trip. Let's be honest. If it were Game 7 in Edmonton, come from South Florida, Edmonton. But yeah, it's a little bit of a vacation in trip. But go ahead.
So we were there. It was packed. I will tell you that. It was jam-packed. I was there like an hour before the game. Parking was done. There was no parking whatsoever. So get inside the arena. Like I said, everybody was nervous, but everybody was hopeful for the Panthers to win.
Mm-hmm.
And what we described on the weekend shows, and I think what everybody was leading up to the game, you want to get a good start. You want to get a great start, so you want to score the first goal. And when they scored that first goal, there was a relief. What
was it like? It was just a relief. It wasn't like an excitement.
No, it was an excitement, but it was also like woo! Like, all right, cool. We got a lead on them. Like, it's been a long time. It's been a minute, right? And that lasted on like you said, just 2 minutes. And then boom, they scored. I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a tough one, right? But once you watch the game, you start to seeing the game, you're like, all right, Bob is Bob tonight. Like, Bob is back to being Bob. He's not the Bob from 4, 5, 6. This is Bob that we've seen all throughout the season and the playoffs.
Because I really do think psychologically that 8-1 game played a toll on both Bobrovsky and Edmonton. Edmonton saw the puck go through and go to the goal, and they said, oh, we can score. And Bobrovsky also psychologically saw pucks get through and say, oh, I can be scored on. So I do think that 8-1 victory, much kind of an anomaly, it did psychologically
It's
play.
not even an 8-1. Just go back to the third period in Game 3 when they scored those 2 goals, and they were really pepping shots at Bob, and Bob was making unbelievable saves. But they did see the puck go in the net, and they saw that they were putting a lot of pressure on Bob and the defense. I mean, the odd man rushes that this team Edmonton can produce is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
were you
1-1?
Can you answer me this, Vlad? Were you like me, or was the crowd like me? When we got up 2-1, I was very confident.
I'm about to get to that. So it was 1-1. It was 1-1 going into the first intermission, and then second period, it was tight. The game was close. So you're like, man, I hope it wasn't like one of those games where we discuss, a deflection, a puck off a skate, and then it goes in, and it's Edmonton scores, and then now they're up 2-1, and then now there's more nerves. There's a lot of pressure, and when Reinhart scored that goal, bro, it was like, okay, 2-1 going into the third period is the Panthers period, it would be like you're like, all right, this is it. This is what you want. You want the lead going to the third, and all season third period's been your best period. You're the best third period team in hockey, and that's exactly what happened. And the fan base, you could tell in the third period, the fan base was like believing. 10 minutes left in the third. Yeah, it started ratcheting up a little bit more. 5 minutes left in the third. There was a sense, like you could tell. There was a sense. And then that last minute of the game, the excitement was unbelievable. And yeah, if you the local media members that were there, the people that have been covering this team for a long time, there was a sense of an appreciation. There was happiness around. Like you were happy for everyone around the Florida Panthers. So I was happy for their media relations people. They've done a great job. But you're happy for the players. So happy for the media members. Hey man, shout out to Roy. Shout out to Roy Bellamy, man. Guy who's covered the Panthers all this time. He works for Meadowlark. He works for Lubbock. But yeah, Roy's been a classic Florida Panther fan covering his team. And I know how hard it is for people like us, to get love. And when we show support and love to a sport that not many people like myself or him follow, but we show a lot of love to that sport. And he's been doing it for a long time. And just to see all these people that have been covering the Panthers and been involved with them, yeah, that was exciting, man. And the fans were great. The fans were unbelievable. That we got we didn't go to the locker room. There was no locker room access.
But you were on the ice. What were the players saying?
But when we went on the
Break
ice,
it down. I want to know what.
Hey,
you were right there.
Dan, you know how to F up a story, bro? I'm giving you.
I mean, you're talking about people.
That's how you set it up to get to the freaking point of the show, man. God damn, I got like freaking 6 more minutes here before we go to break. That's how you set up. Relax. Anyway, they didn't allow us into the locker room. So how they set it up, the TV, they get the players on the ice. So that's why you saw ESPN, I guess Emily Kaplan, all of them, Sportsnet, the Canadian networks, all of that. They get on the ice. And then the other media members, the writers, and then the local media, we were able to go on the ice. First of all, Dan, I didn't realize how damn cold the ice is.
I saw your posts.
Fam.
It's cold just in the arena. Period.
It's cold on the arena, but the ice, like the ice. Mind you, all right, so I was there with Greep, right? Greeper was there with me. He's an engineer with the Panthers for the Panthers for our station.
Manny Chang was there too.
And Manny was there as well. And so we get on ice, and they said, I'm like, wait, are they gonna put a carpet? Like, it's ice. I'm wearing, I'm wearing sneaks.
Nikes.
Right. I'm wearing J's. Like, I'm like, what's going on here?
You were just sliding around on the
I
ice.
thought I'm not. I don't want to bust my ass, bro. I just busted my back.
You've already busted a couple times this year.
Fam.
Basketball.
I fell on my back. I'm just recovering. I didn't want to bust.
Not all the way recovered, but go ahead.
Hey, man, I'm 90%, but I didn't want to bust. So it's like, no. They said, the ice will be chippy and you can walk on it. And true, fair enough. Yeah, I was able to walk on it. Good. Let me tell you this. Another good thing that the players did, they kept on their jerseys, because here's the thing. If they wore like championship memorabilia, I would not know most of these players. I know certain players by their faces, but I need them to wear their jerseys. So thank God they kept their jerseys on, and it was just great getting on the ice and seeing them celebrate with their families, man. Like you start to get the appreciation of the sacrifice that they have to do and that the families also have to do in order for this thing to work. So when you saw Barkov hugging his wife and kissing his little baby, that touched the spot. Yeah, little me. Yeah. Oh, cold-hearted Vlad. His heart turned a little warm when I saw that. Seeing Kachuk celebrating with his dad. That was like, yeah, man. Like, yeah. Seeing him celebrate with his old man. His old man never got a chance to win one, but now the Kachuk family's name is on the Stanley Cup. Like the excitement that his dad had, like the whole family, unbelievable. Seeing Sergey with his wife, you always know, and you see the love that Sergey always shows after a game. He's always kissing, hugging, but now seeing it on the ice with his family, yeah. And then the leader, the head man in charge. Seeing Paul Maurice, man. Seeing that man smile and elated, knowing that he's a champion.
He's
seeing
happy.
his son, they both champions. You know, the Maurice household.
Right.
It's a household of champions. But just to see Paul Maurice and the way he just like Paul Maurice has this way, bro. Ever since you called him out last year,
Mm-hmm.
I always give you credit. He has a way of breaking things down, right? And making the most tense situation just seem like it's not that tense, bro. It's not that tense.
Right. He does stay very even.
Very even keel. Cool, calm, collected. All he says, like, I didn't have to do anything, man. This team is this team. Like, they got leaders in the locker room. They're leaders. You know, I got Barkov. I got Kachuk. Those are the guys that do. The way he just throws everything away from him and just gives all the credit to his team and what they do and their focus. But it's because you take the personality of your head man. And they did that. And man,
Paul Maurice is a great
that
story.
was beautiful, bro.
He's a great story for life, honestly, because it's true. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some, but if you stick with it and you work hard, it'll pay off. One of the winningest coaches in NHL history, also the losingest coach. He has more losses than any other coach in NHL history, but he has a Stanley Cup. So you're going to win some, you're going to lose some, but if you stick with it.
Nah, bro, it was beautiful when he held the cup. Yeah, seeing those guys hold that cup, kiss it, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nobody got anything. I'm not kissing that cup, bro.
I've heard stories about that cup. I don't know if I'd be
and another one,
eating out of it or drinking out of it.
You know what was great to seeing Bob Luongo. When Luongo he went on the ice and got the cup.
Madman.
Oh man!
The
First of all,
okay,
so
I was scared.
Here's the thing about the game.
Hype.
We all thought that the guy from Saturday Night Live was going to be the drum. The guy that was going to hit the drum, because nobody knew that was the rumor that it was a Saturday Night Live. I forgot his name. Some Saturday Night Live member.
Quinn. Yeah, but there were
Marcelo Rodriguez, something like that.
There had been leaks earlier in the day
right,
that it was
but
Roberto Luongo.
No, I didn't know, bro.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
I didn't know. So then we got there. I was like, oh, it's Bobby. And let me tell you this, man.
Woo! He was fired up.
Luongo had Adam Gase eyes, baby.
He was crazy. I was scared.
He had Gase eyes.
Like I said, it didn't fire me up. It got me scared.
Yeah, he didn't have Betty Davis eyes. He had Adam Gase eyes.
Like a man possessed.
And he was banging that drum like, he didn't want to go to work all day. You know what I mean?
I hear that.
And dude, when he won, it was great. When he got on the ice and he held the cup and he was just so happy. A lot of the guys that didn't play, they had to go to the locker room, change into their uniform and be able to hold the cup. No, yeah, because I was like, wait a minute, you weren't playing.
That's the insight I like right there. Some of the guys that didn't play.
Oh, the guys that didn't play,
go back and change.
They had to go downstairs, change. Yes.
See, that's the nitty gritty.
Because I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? I was like, wait, you ain't playing. You were upstairs with me. I just saw you. We just had a snack together. What are you doing? Like, I guess you won. Now you got to go.
Nick Cousins got to go run downstairs.
Well, I didn't want to drop any names, but
no, we all know he didn't play. He got to put full gear on, baby. Imagine having to gear up for that. You're like,
I don't want to drop any names because there's a couple of guys, but the couple of guys that didn't play, that those are the ones that
What's the emotion like that? Like, you're hype. You just won a Stanley Cup. You didn't play, but now you're putting your uniform on.
It's got to be. Well, how about this? When do you go down? Because it's 2-1.
You can't go down till it's all zeros.
Right, but then it's all zero. But you're not there on the ice immediately when they celebrate. You got to be ready. Like, that's the thing. They had to leave probably like midway through the third or at the beginning of the third.
Like 4 minutes left. Then the last break.
And then you got to take the elevator. You got to go boom.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's not easy. Then you got to get change. And then what? Nah, it's not that easy, bro. It's not that easy. So yeah, it was a lot of stress, man. But yeah, it was great to see the joy in the faces of everybody in there. The Panthers fans were tremendous, staying after the game, banging on the glass, showing their love. Paul Maurice showing a story about last year when there was a fan that was like, time to hunt for a new coach, fire Maurice. Ooh. Yeah, and he remembered that. So it was thinking about that's the thing about when you win. You can call out everybody. You got receipts, baby. You got Walmart, CVS type receipts.
Yeah, he seems like the type of
And
guy.
he seems like the type of guy that he'll let you know about it. He's gonna say it in a clever, funny way, but it's gonna be a lot of bite in those comments. And yeah, winning. They just won the championship and they back-to-back Stanley Cup runs, bro.
So you were on the ice, but that's not where it ended. You continue to party with the team. You're going to tell us about that next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM. Doesn't seem like any of the Panthers have slept since Monday night. Panthers fans probably haven't slept that much since Monday night. We definitely know that there was not a lot of sleep if you were on the Panthers organization Monday night. Vlad was there with them. They get to Elbow Room at about 8 a.m., and the party just continued. And Vlad, being true to his journalistic roots, decided, got to follow the team. Vlad was at Elbow Room Monday morning. How was that?
No, I was not at the Elbow Room Monday morning. I got to the Elbow Room Monday afternoon. So we didn't leave the arena till late. I didn't get home till like 2:30. They were partying. We were not allowed inside the locker room. So, yeah. But I saw while leaving, you see the players kind of walking out. You could smell champagne and beer just oozing out of like the walls. They were celebrating. So I didn't get back home till 2:30. I go to sleep. I'm waking up. I'm listening to, the station, and I hear that Tobin and Leroy are talking about that the Panthers are in the Elbow Room. Now, I have a friend who visits the Elbow Room frequently. He was texting him in our group text, like, "Oh snap, the Panthers are really at the Elbow Room."
We actually called that one, Vlad.
You called it.
No one has given us credit for the party is going to be at the Elbow Room. No one's going, man, Dan and Vlad were talking about that before.
We called it. We knew it because it's unbelievable. Las Olas Boulevard, that beach area, especially Elbow Room, hockey fans and the people that cover hockey nationally, they love the Elbow Room. Mm-hmm. Like that's their spot. Anytime they come down to South Florida, they love the ER. So I didn't know this, bro. I don't know if the Elbow Room has like a website or whatever, but you have access. People have access to their cameras.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, bro.
I didn't know the cameras.
So a friend of mine was like, yeah, they're at the Elbow Room and like letting me know everything that's going on. So I'm like, nah, damn. So I wake up, I'm like, all right, man. Are they going to be in the ER like all day? Is everybody going to be out there? I was like, all right, I'm going to head down there. So I head down there. But by the time I got there, Kachuk, I think Barkey, all those guys, Bennett, all of them, they were gone. They had left. But Panthers fans were still celebrating. And former Panther players as well. Randy Moeller came by. So Craig Minervini, former Channel 6 anchor and pre- and post-game host of the Florida Marlins. And the Panthers Bally Sports reporter. I forgot her name.
Katie. I'm guessing it was an eclectic crew. Like they had old women there.
She's beautiful. Katie. I forgot her last name, but she covers the Panthers. Anyway, it was an eclectic group. Vlad caught a fish out there.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Absolutely. Caught a fish out there.
That's the real story.
Yeah, caught a fish out there. Shout out to Leela.
I mean, everybody want to have a good time.
Yeah.
Why not commemorate a championship?
Bro, it was great, man. It was great. There was still local media out there. You saw Channel 10 out there. People were still coming out to celebrate, to get the fans' reaction. And the fact, there's something about the Stanley Cup where with the fans, you're able to, like, they allow you to touch the Stanley Cup. Like, you were able to do that. You're not able to do that with the Super Bowl trophy.
Yeah,
you're not doing that with the Lombardi.
Lombardi.
Larry, you only get to see Larry, but the Stanley Cup,
it's for the people.
That is really, you're not gonna hold the World Series trophy but the Stanley Cup, because everybody gets it. You're able, if you're a fan, to actually touch it, take a picture with it, like the whole nine. And they're doing that. They are absolutely doing that. And it's been exciting, man.
Heavy drinking in the middle of the day. Was there old ladies in the mix? Like, when I say old ladies, I mean like elderly ladies. Because I heard like it was all types of people.
Nah, I didn't say bro. It was mostly young.
Cash only.
Good
job, Elbow Room.
It was mostly young. Like,
good job.
I would say between 18 to 40.
Okay.
18 to 40, but you could tell they were Panthers fans.
So what time were you there?
What time did I get there? Like around 2.
How many people would you say were at Elbow Room when you got there at 2:00?
Maybe it was crowded. Like
300 people.
I don't know. I don't want to say 300. I don't think
maybe not that much. I mean, it is the middle of
downstairs.
the Tuesday.
Downstairs was crowded, and upstairs was the balcony area was crowded, and inside people were ordering drinks, and there were girls dancing on the dance floor. And then by the time it got to like 5, 6 p.m., yeah, it was a full house.
Okay, one more question. Would you drink beer out of the Stanley Cup? Because on the one hand, it's nasty as hell, and we know some of the things that are going on with that cup.
I can't
Number
do
two,
it.
though, it is a chance to drink beer
I
out of the
can't do
Stanley
it.
Cup after the Panthers won a
But
championship.
then hold on. Now this is Vlad's thinking, folks. You know what? I would drink from a Stanley Cup.
That's disgusting.
Well, listen, think about are you Catholic?
Yeah.
You've never drank from the blood of Christ?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think that cup is clean?
It has seen less than that Stanley Cup.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I am, Vlad. I am.
I don't want to go down a dark, twisted road, but
don't
really,
go for the
are we
obvious
really
jokes.
sure
Like,
about
seriously,
that?
Like, we don't go for easy
Oh,
jokes.
okay. So let's be, I don't care if the priest is using that cloth to wipe it. It's still nasty, but you still drink from it, right? Still drinking the blood from Christ. I'm gonna drink the beer. I'm gonna drink the beer from Amsterdam.
The keeper of the cup told me last year he would never put his mouth to that cup if it were him.
Well, he's seen things. That's different. He's seen it.
So if he tells me that, I'm going to believe him. That's a man's job. Okay, Vlad will put his mouth in a gutter. That's what he's saying, basically.
I mean, I put my.
Do you know what's been in that cup?
Listen.
You've seen some of the stuff that's going on with that cup.
Have you know? Listen,
I
man.
know every 40 years they switch out a new cup. So this one, I don't know how old this one is, but
What are you going to do with the cup if you won a Stanley Cup?
I ain't going to drink anything out
What
of it.
would you do with it?
I'm going to jump in the ocean like Matthew Tkachuk did with
That's
it.
it?
Yeah. I mean, what else am I supposed to do?
You got to do something.
Jump in the ocean with it. It's awesome.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Dr. T. They might have several communion chalices. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah, those chalices look old. Like, like the Indiana Jones Last Crusade type of chalice. Yeah, But you drank the blood of Christ, so you can drink beer from the Stanley Cup, from Lord Stanley's cup.
There you go.
That's my theory.
There you go.
People eat cereal. Look what Luongo did. Luongo ate pasta from it.
The pasta was so hot, you could tell his mouth was on fire.
And then all that
he kept
Parmesan.
trying to be like, come on. That's another thing. I hate restaurants that serve the hottest food in the world. Serve me food that I could eat.
I love hot food.
Hell no.
What's the point of eating it? What's not the point?
How about temperature that you can eat it at?
Come on, man.
Who wants food that to sit there and watch it eat and watch it cool down?
I do. Drink. Yeah, it helps.
I tell restaurants, you can keep that back there because I want to eat it when it comes out. I don't want to sit there and watch my food cool down. Well, you know it's fresh. I know it's fresh because you're a restaurant. Don't give me that garbage. Vlad, go drink from the Stanley Cup. We're going to come back and have some headlines for you on 560 WQAM. option. And if you care, Cole Swider and Alondis Williams have been offered extending qualifying offers. Cole Swider. There you go.
Okay.
Italy getting it handed to them, although, in soccer, it's never over. It's 2-0 right now in the 58th minute against Switzerland.
When did Switzerland become a...
They've been good for a while. Yeah, they've been winning. They've been advancing in the World Cup and stuff like that. So they actually are. Even though they're a neutral country, they've actually been a pretty darn decent team.
So they're making good watches and a good soccer team?
And good place to stow your money in case, you're doing that.
Those Swiss banks are good.
Those Swiss banks are strong, man. If I had money, yeah, buddy. I don't trust some of these other countries because we all know what happened in the movie Blow. You put it in a bank and then all of a sudden it disappears. If I learned anything from movies, it's not to invest your money, your illegal money, in countries that maybe are not Swiss banks.
Poor Boston, George.
You got some more Argentina action tonight. Sin, as I should say, I was using the French, but Sin Messi, Lionel Messi.
Sons Messi? Sans Messi?
Yeah, son Messi. Messi's not playing tonight. He's got a hurt hamstring. They're playing Peru last night at Duffy's. My dude Alex and his whole family showed up all wearing new Peru kits. That's what you call dedication. The night before, not just an old kit. They're talking about the brand new ones they're wearing for this tournament. I was like, that's hardcore, man.
And they got their ass kicked.
Well, no, they played tonight.
Oh, okay.
They played tonight.
Wait, who got their ass kicked yesterday? It was
Paraguay.
Paraguay, sorry.
They took one from Brazil, put it on them.
Wrong P.
And then Costa Rica took one from Colombia.
Yeah.
And
Colombia's looked very good in this tournament so far.
Colombia has looked very good. They also defeated the U.S. 5-1 leading up to the tournament. So far they have been pretty strong. They're 2-3. They won their first two games. They are through. They beat Paraguay and Costa Rica. So they are going to be through to the next round. And of course, Colombian fans because they look like walking highlighters. I liked it. I think the kit looks good, actually, to be honest with you. I said, no, you were representing in the highlighter. No response. I don't know. Fun though. Atlanta Hawks, they're trading DeJounte Murray to the New Orleans Pelicans for 2 first-round picks, Larry Nance Jr., Dyson Daniels, and E.J. Lytle. And want to make note of this, ESPN's basketball analyst Dick Vitale has announced cancer has returned to his neck lymph nodes. He promises to continue battling. Of course, he did have a battle that I don't say you won, but he was able to go into remission, and now it seems to have returned. So we wish and pray the best for Dick Vitale.
Absolutely.
One of the greatest announcers of all time when it comes to basketball. He was also a coach for a while. He used to shoot free throws. Remember he used to shoot free throws at games like at halftime?
Dickie V, baby.
Dickie V. Speaking of, let's go ahead and take a step into the day spa. Wichita, Kansas officials are baffled as large Rorschach ink blot pictures have been plastered on the sides of area buildings. My question is, why are people posting pictures of sex everywhere? That's what I'm seeing.
I don't know.
What does that mean, man? I'm seeing these Rorschach sexual pictures everywhere. Is that what you see when you see Rorschach?
No.
What do you see? Should we do this after the show? Should I post and put Rorschach pictures to you, Vlad, and you tell me what you see?
No, I don't want to see that.
Because all I see is one thing.
What's that?
Stanley Cup championship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, buddy. Elbow room. Here we come. All right, up next, Bronny James is not in the NBA yet, but he is one step closer to the NBA. We're going to find out, are you okay with the 55th overall pick by the LA Lakers being for one Bronny James, or is it just nepotism as usual? That's next, 560 WQAM. With the 55th pick in the NBA draft in the second round, the Los Angeles Lakers select. Were you surprised, Vlad?
No.
I really wasn't either. This has been a long time coming. You got to figure this is what Bronny, although his prospects weren't that great, he still decided not to go back to college and become a professional. It had to be the whole way in the works. Like, we'll take you. The Lakers are going to take you.
And
Okay.
I have no problem with it.
Okay.
I'm
So
all for nepotism.
some people are very upset.
And
Some people are saying it's cool. Why are you cool with it, first of all?
let me ask you this, Joe.
No, I'll answer.
If you've done something and created a legacy, and your child, your seed, you know what I mean? Your
Mhm.
sire. Yeah, your child also loves the thing that you become a legend in. And they put the effort in, and they're all right. They might not be the great as you, but they're okay. They're good. And if they're developed, they can make a name out of it. They can make something out of it for themselves. Why? It happens all through life. Jobs, your hookups. Hey, most jobs that people have is because of somebody that they know. You understand what I'm saying? If not all.
Go ahead, yes.
But
please.
I'm just, just to cover my most jobs.
Right. No, I mean, yeah, mathematically.
Now,
it is
it's
though.
not because you don't have the skills.
Yeah, exactly.
You do have the skills. That's why you're able to do the job.
Right.
But in order for you to get through the red tape and don't have to deal with others, because somebody may have better skills than you or more experience than you, but because of who you know, that's why you got the job. I'm all for it. Radio works just like that. Media works like that. Sports has always worked like that. What do you think we always have? The recurring number of coaches always coaching in hockey, NBA. Like, it's the same coaches that coach teams. Doc Rivers. It's who you know. So whether it's a family member or whether it's a best friend, yes, it happens in life. So what? So because he's one of the two greatest basketball players that ever lived, and it's because it's LeBron James, bro. That's the only reason why. If it was anybody else, any other name, it would not be catching the attention that it is. It's because of LeBron. Listen, never in my years of watching the NBA that I ever seen they did a special day 2 for the draft. Why did they do a special day 2 of the draft? Because they had an idea that LeBron James Jr., Bronny James, would be drafted in the NBA draft by a team. More than likely, if it's the Lakers, it's the best thing. So what's funny to me is when I was growing up, I saw the Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr.
Back-to-back home runs, baby.
Right. That was very loved. That was love.
Oh, God, it was huge.
Why was it love? Well, Ken Jr., we heard was going to be unbelievable, but Senior was a damn hell of a player himself.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
He was part of that big red machine.
Right. Senior was a damn good player. Nobody had a problem with it.
Nope.
But all of a sudden in 2024, we got a problem because why? Okay, the kid had a health condition.
He had a health condition that I think a lot of people overlooked the fact that he didn't get to join the team until the season had already started. And he was coming off a serious heart condition that almost killed him. But yeah, go ahead. His numbers weren't the greatest. I'm sorry.
But hey, I mean, he's coming back. I really don't care, bro.
He was a high school All-American, by the way.
I listen, I would do things for my family. We do things for you. Always going to do things for your family. So if it's nepotism, let nepotism live, baby.
Okay.
Let it run rampant.
The reason I'm not totally upset with it for a lot of reasons, and I'm going to break it down for you. And I understand it does suck. A lot of people do take that nepotism and are upset about it because they're saying that he hasn't quote unquote earned it.
It's the 55th pick in the second round. Most of these guys aren't even going to make the league.
Again, I'm going to break it down for you. First of all, the Lakers can do whatever the hell they want with their picks. If they choose to draft you, Vlad, or me, that's their choice. So don't get mad at them for having a choice and choosing what they chose. Number 2, Bronny James is good enough at least to be in consideration for being drafted.
And here's the other thing, Dan, and audience. Do you even know any of the damn college basketball players? Nobody's watching the college basketball the way they used to back in the days. So it's not like, oh, you know what? How dare the Lakers take Bronny James? They should have taken that kid from Senegal. Like, you watch the NBA African League.
I do watch that,
Come
though.
come on, guys. Y'all wildin'.
But that's another thing. Okay, second round, number 55 overall. Not a guaranteed contract. So, okay, that right there tells you something. Number 15 that I'm going to give you. I want to see what the 56th pick to the Phoenix Suns ends up doing, or even the 54th pick before him. What do they end up doing? And I don't want to hear this. What about the one person that wasn't drafted? They're the one that get really hurt. No, they're not. It's
Well,
the 55th pick.
You know what? That guy should have known somebody. That's what he should have done.
Number 3. Yes, LeBron James takes care of his son. He has a long-running dream of playing with his child. Terrible father. Terrible person. Selfish. Well, I know a lot of fathers that would love to do things with their sons. And if they were capable, they would do that. So let's not make LeBron out to be a demon in this instance. More reasons why you should not be upset. Financially, it is a very, very smart move. Think about it. LeBron James, going to play next year. Going to most likely re-sign with the Lakers because they've done exactly what
He
they've
did
asked
opt
him to
out
do.
today, though.
He did opt out today, so that would be hilarious if he opts out and goes to another team. Like, oh, sorry.
And, okay, here's the only thing. I don't even know if it's upsetting if what Rich Paul did. If Rich Paul knew this was going to happen, he's just telling teams, look, man, he wants to, this is going to happen. Don't draft, LeBron as like to be spiteful or as a joke.
There was talk about
Don't
this.
draft Bronny. Like, it's going to happen. Let it happen.
There was talk about this, holding the Lakers hostage, where a team, you know what, the 50th pick, seriously. The only guy in the second round that I knew was Philip Kowski from Duke, who went second pick in the second round. That's the only person in the second round.
That's the only guy I wanted.
Pell Larson. I'm sorry, Heat. I mean, he was a great player at Arizona, and he's going to probably be a Heat lifer. Nonetheless, it's the second round. It's the 55th overall pick. There was talk that teams would draft Bronny James in hopes to hold him hostage and be like, I know LeBron really wants him with the Lakers, so now we got what you want. What are you willing to give us? Or, maybe LeBron will be willing to come to us. Nonetheless, Bronny James is only going to one team and one team only. That's the LA Lakers. Not a bad financial move either, because eventually he'll get a 10-day contract. He's not going to be, I don't think he'll play all year. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. I don't know.
This is great for him. He doesn't have to leave home.
Yeah. But you could sell LeBron jerseys, and then I think it's going to say, oh, I'm sorry.
No, it says James Jr.
And James Jr. Holy crap. That's good. And any game that they play together, there's going to be media and people everywhere. And it's a good story.
And what if the kid starts busting boys?
What if he starts balling? What if he ends up being a rotational player?
I'll tell you this. What if you see a playoff game as LeBron and Bronny, and they're busting it going crazy in the fourth quarter? That can happen, man.
What if he just ends up being a rotational player? Is everybody going to shut up and say, well, it's a pretty good draft pick after all?
What if he becomes a second-round steal?
What if he does? And he possibly could. He was a high school All-American.
But I'm just saying, like, what if we say all of this because he's not 6'8", he's not 265, 75 pounds like his father. What if he's just a very good basketball player who's actually a lead? Because the comparisons that they've turned him out to be, like, he could be at best a Drew Holiday. I'm Drew Holiday. I'm a 2-time NBA champion.
Pretty darn
and
good
I'm
player.
making money.
Darn good player. So I don't see a problem with it. And
Drew's low-key a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Like, Drew is working to the point where
he's got big numbers.
He's got numbers. You're looking like Drew could be a Hall of Famer. But whatever. I'm happy for the James family. That man has done nothing but elevated the game of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's has kids that love him, looked up to him, and wanted to follow his steps. And as any man, if you're a man and a father, you will do everything and anything possible to help set a path for your child to succeed.
I mean, taking a flyer in the second round of a 55th pick to keep your best employee happy. not the worst thing in the world. If it works out, more power to you. If it doesn't work out, it's already kind of.
And another thing, it's another great thing by the Lakers. It shows you what they do. Lakers are another one. How as the Heat may not want to pay their superstars towards the end of their career money, the Lakers appreciate their superstars towards the end of their career. And because they still put asses in the seat, they give them the contracts. The great Kobe Bryant, may he rest in peace. Remember, a lot of people were upset the fact that the Lakers gave him a 2-year, $50 million contract when he just tore his Achilles heel. But that was them saying, thank you. Thank you for being a lifer. Thank you for always representing the purple and gold. And we appreciate that. That's a loyalty that a lot of superstars see. Once you're a Laker for life. What LeBron has done, say what you want about the bubble championship. I think it's the toughest championship that was ever won. But people want to take shots. But he's gotten them in the playoffs. He's gotten them. Obviously, people still come to now crypto.com arena. He's gotten them postseason. They're still the most talked about team. That's their way of honoring by saying, hey, we're going to give you money and we're going to have your son join the team. Hey, man, you can't knock that, bro. Can't knock the hustle.
Once again, the Lakers had every right to say, sorry, LeBron, we're not drafting your son. They chose to. That's their choice. I have no problem with it. Actually, you know what? I hope Bronny does well. I really do. I'm not against him. I'm not against LeBron. I like the story. I like the story that they could be playing together for a year or 2 or 3. Man, you know
listen,
LeBron James because he's just
hey,
crazy.
man, Bron is Bron. Bron might want to play with Bryce.
He might. And I mean, like, I wouldn't put it past him. The dude is unbelievable.
Bron might play with Bryce. That'd be crazy if both your kids are on your team.
That would be, it's a good story. It's okay.
And that's the other thing. Listen.
I don't know if it helps the Lakers.
Let me tell you what's going
on
right now. I think sports is following WWE, and they're looking at long storylines. And there's a reason why I mentioned that, because if you watched Friday Night SmackDown last night from Madison Square Garden, a rivalry that's been in the NBA for years that was elevated in this past postseason, they brought that storyline into WWE SmackDown yesterday.
Let's do it. Let's get into it next, Vlad. Let's do it. We're going to get into what I like, and we're going to talk about this WWE rivalry that is coming to a head next.
You want no smoke, Indiana.
560 WQAM.
favorite station.
Let's do some what I like. Of course, we like this parade that's going to be happening tomorrow for the Panthers Stanley Cup. It's going to be in Fort Lauderdale. A1A around 5th Avenue or 5th Street. It's going to be a party. It's going to be wild. We're going to be live from 10 till whenever it finishes right here on 560 WQAM. But there's more to like what's going on with the Stanley Cup. It's been thrown in the ocean. It's been poured beers onto people's faces on the elbow room. But Sam Bennett, he had a childhood dream that he is going to fulfill or has already fulfilled with that Stanley Cup.
Me and my dad, ever since I can remember, we always said if I ever won the Stanley Cup, the first thing we would eat would be Captain Crunch out of the Stanley Cup. So I got to hold true to my 6-year-old self that said I would do that. And, I'm pretty excited. My dad's pretty excited for that moment too.
All right. So Sam Bennett and his pops and maybe his kid going to eat some Captain Crunch out of the Stanley Cup. I'm guessing every time that people do, like, I know Roberto Luongo was eating pasta that was boiling hot. And you could tell he was not very happy about that. And, of course, beer. I'm guessing every time they sterilize it before they do things, right? I hope.
I would hope so, but
because, I mean, you don't have to use your imagination too much to think about what I might do with the Stanley Cup, you know.
Oh, you got to pull them Yager.
Yeah, absolutely. But, I don't even want to think about it right now. Okay, so Sam Bennett, he's going to do something very wholesome like eating Captain Crunch out of the Stanley Cup when he was a young child. It's a childhood dream. Heck yeah, love it. Something else I did not like, but I liked how, you got to have each other's back, Vlad. You and I always have each other's back, come thick or thin. United States, they did lose to Panama. Nasty. Okay, first of all, let's be honest. Way off for the United States. He pulled a nasty move earlier in the game. He punched a guy in the back of the head, got red card, and kicked out. Later in the game, Panama had some nastiness for Christian Pulisic, but our dude, Chris Richards, stepped up.
Draws contact, free kick, U.S. 3 minutes plus stoppage time to go.
Oh, wow.
And then Karski is chops down. Pulisic being set off. Now Pulisic came in with the body on Karski.
Well, Pulisic needs to be careful too.
That'll be reviewed by VAR, but Karski is sent off.
We're going to get Chris Richards is going to pick up a yellow for standing up for his teammate.
I love it. First of all, nasty. I don't know if you've seen the penalty. Just blatantly on our number 10, our captain, chopping his legs out from underneath him from behind, by the way. Very classless move right there in a game that you were up 2-1. Christian Pulisic at least had the wherewithal not to throw a punch because I'd have punched that guy in the face. Christian Pulisic shoulders him. And then Chris Richards actually kind of gets physical with some people, gets a yellow card because he's standing up for his guy, man. That's what it's all about right there. I like that.
Always have your teammate back, man. That's your family.
It don't matter. And even if you don't like your teammate, it's your teammate. It's your family.
Yeah.
You hear about guys that don't like each other, but at the end of the day, like on the same team.
Yeah, you got to fight.
Dirty play, though. I mean, like I said, America wasn't totally innocent in the whole situation. Stupid play earlier in the game, nonetheless. That was dirty. That was dirty and nasty. I don't like that, period, on any team, much less on our captain. And if you're trying to send a message, Panama, that's the wrong message to send right there. But I do like Chris Richards stepping up. Speaking of family, Stephen A. Smith always got something to say, especially when it comes to family matters like LeBron James and Bronny James.
You know what the most exciting part is? You got a guy, LeBron James, entering his 40th year on this earth. That's going to be more hyped, more inspired, arguably, than ever before to pull something out of his hat because he's, you talk about something that rejuvenates you, that makes your legs a little bit more spry and you be a bit more energized. Can it get any better than this? Your son is on the squad. You're still a superstar in this game, and you got an opportunity to go out there and do your thing and set the stage for him to come in years and years to come. It's going to be special.
That's a good point.
Listen,
it's not just about Bronny.
It's about Bron. It's about the whole thing, bro. Look,
what if LeBron has an unbelievable, memorable season because he is motivated to play with his son?
What if his son is actually a good player, becomes better, develop, and he makes the roster? He's actually part of the rotation. What if they make the playoffs? What if they somehow go on a long postseason run? What if they win a championship? I think a lot of people will think, this is what I'm saying. If I'm the NBA, I'm going to play to the storyline. I'm going to WWE it. Yes, play the long run. Yes, they're going to, anytime Bronny is up on is made the roster, 10-day contract, he's, any of those. Yes, they're going to put the game. Why not? Who's not going to want to see an alley-oop from Bronny to his dad or his dad to his? Come on, what
I'm
we
going to
doing
argue
here,
this.
bro?
As much as you might hate LeBron James for whatever reason or this whole situation, who wouldn't be happy to see them A, make it to the finals, or B, win a finals? I would
Fam,
not be upset.
I don't have kids, right? My boy just got, my little nephew, to see the joy that my boy has when he's with his son. And you see that. Why would bro? I don't know. And I'm not all for the human interest stories or anything like that. But it is something when you set a path and your children or people that look up to you follow that path. And he set a path. And it's a legendary path. And his child is trying to do it on his own, not using. And people are going to be upset. Okay, he's not the number one pick. But you know what? Most children of superstars aren't usually that great. They're good, but they're not ideally identical to their father
or mother,
right? Like they're not. When you were a legend, when you were that guy. Mike's kids played ball, but they weren't like this.
Nope.
I give Bronny and Bryce more credit. They actually might be better than Marcus and Jeffrey.
What would make for a better storyline than LeBron James and Bronny James doing a deep playoff run, possibly winning a championship? The only people that could cook up a better storyline would be the WWE.
Bunsen number 11 from your New York Knicks. If there's one thing we know about Logan Paul, this man can multitask like no. We might need to get some security out here again. Help bring the NYPD back. That's brass on steel. And if it comes to brass on toss, getting up the innocent. Jalen Brunson gets going to get. Oh, God.
What a pop.
Is this game 8? Not tonight. Not the Garden. Yes, tonight in the Garden. Jalen, don't do this. There's no turning back. Jalen Brunson with a steel chair. Somebody get the commissioner on the phone.
So Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton, rivalry renewed. Vlad, break it down. What happened on SmackDown? Was it last night?
It was last night at Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena, a very hallowed ground for wrestling, especially for the WWE. That's where the McMahon family, just Vince Sr. and obviously Jr., who's not looked in the right light right now, but this is a safe haven for the WWE. And last night was very interesting. They were at the Garden, big show, and they had Jalen Brunson there. So which is great because you're always going to bring out a celebrity or an athlete that's connected to the city. So they brought out Jalen, and right now Jalen's the king of MSG. And it was during.
Oh, by the way, second round pick. By the way,
yeah, I know, second round pick.
Watch out, Bronny. Go ahead.
So, last night they were a Money in the Bank qualifying match. That's their that's the next big pay-per-view or premium live event that the WWE is having, which is next weekend in Toronto. So it's a big event. It's a big one of those big pay-per-views. So anyway, they had a triple threat match between LA Knight, who's the good guy, Logan Paul, your boy, who's the heel and United States champion, and God, I forgot the third wrestler's name, and that's bad by me because I don't want to mess up his name, but he's the leader of a faction. Anyway, great triple threat match, but Logan Paul, being the bad guy that he is, when he was coming down the aisle, he's like, "Oh, it's a great thing to be in Madison Square Garden, and I want to win in Madison Square Garden. So therefore, I needed to bring out somebody who's won in critical games in Madison Square Garden, who knows how to win at MSG." And in comes out Tyrese Halliburton with a Tyrese 317 shirt, which is I guess this is his version of Austin 316. Anyway, Halliburton playing the heel. He was doing a good job, but he walked by, and when he walked by Jalen Brunson, and Jalen Brunson was like, got up and was like, what's up, man? Like, what you doing? You can't come around here. So it was funny. Obviously, both men are in the act, but little did we know that this was going to be part of the match. Anyway, Paul, who's known for cheating with brass knuckles, asked Tyrese to go get brass knuckles.
I was wondering why Tyrese Halliburton was wearing brass knuckles.
He went to go get brass knuckles. He went to go get the brass knuckles and give it to Logan. And Jalen Brunson hopped over the. I
don't know why security didn't stop him.
Well, this is all part of the action, of course. Everything's all scripted.
I didn't know that.
He jumps over the rail and asks him, "What are you doing?" Like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And then he said, literally, you can read him say, "You don't want this smoke." And this was hysterical. Anyway, Logan Paul loses to LA Knight, and then in the ring they have LA Knight and in the ring, and Logan Paul and Tyrese are in the ring. It's 2-on-1, and Jalen Brunson comes with a steel chair and makes it 2-on-2. The crowd went crazy, as you can see when listening to that back. It was fun. It was fun. It was funny that both the teams know the rivalry. You know, Halliburton wearing the Reggie Miller jersey after they beat Brunson and the Knicks, who were hurt. Yes, thank you, Cap for Life. It was Escobar. Yes, thank you, Cap for Life. It was Escobar, LA Knight, and Logan Paul in a triple threat match. And yeah, it was fun, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was funny because I was just flicking through the channels and I'm like, oh, they at the Garden. Let me see what's going on. And then you see Jalen Brunson. And what's funny, looked like Brunson hurt his left hand again. And I was like, uh-oh. But no, he did not hurt his left hand. But it looked like he might have like re-injured the hand that he had fractured and just got back the wrappings off his wrist. But it was fun. And it was just funny to see how WWE's and the NBA's involvement. This is not the first time a heel has come to Madison Square Garden, and a guy who was not liked by the Madison Square Garden crowd. Trae Young did this a couple of years ago after the Trae Young chant started when the Knicks played the Hawks in the 2021 NBA playoffs. And now Tyrese Halliburton has taken over, and he's the most hated guy in Knicks fandom.
Okay.
And it was funny how they played this in the WWE.
It reminded me of like an NBA fight because no punches or anything was
absolutely no punches were thrown.
Just like real NBA action.
No punches.
Whole lot of talk, whole lot of nasty.
But you know what?
A whole lot of nothing.
You got me to talk about it. So it was dramatically.
I thought it was cool. I think
dramatically,
it's awesome.
and it was choreographed great.
Brave too by Tyrese Halliburton, by the way, because some people take this stuff to heart, and you're walking around New York City, and next thing you know, somebody's coming after you.
First of all, you're a bad guy along with another bad guy. So it was like nobody likes Logan Paul.
Okay,
they hate Logan Paul except for you. You love. Except you love the Paul brothers.
I think they're interesting and entertaining. Yes.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson, watch out, by the way.
Yes. Shout out to Santana Escobar, Logan Paul, LA Knight for a great triple threat match. Good job by Corey Graves and Wade Barrett with their announcing, because the guy going, "Hey, is this game 8?"
That was well played. Well played.
That was a good joke.
And
right
most
there.
of those guys, they don't script out any of this stuff. They literally just take it as it comes.
Well, listen, if the players coming in and asking them what to do, obviously it was a good thing. They have to get on the mic, but all they just need to do is act like, "Hey, man, like this is not happening." Let the workers, let the talent of the WWE, the superstars, do their thing. But if you saw the crowd pop, like if you know anything about wrestling crowds, there's always a pop. So that pop is the reaction that the fans have to some of their favorite superstars. And when they saw Jalen Brunson and when he jumped over the rail to, confront Tyrese Halliburton, that MVP chant was crazy.
Oh man,
that was loud.
So the rivalry is renewed now, and we'll settle it on the court next season. Something interesting happening at the Euros. We're going to get into that next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Listening to
Is this, first of all, I'd like to thank my Connect.
Give up the goods.
Story of my dating life.
You might have to, sometimes some people go run up to the Connect and ask the Connect to give up the goods.
Story of my dating life. Give up the goods. Please. Vlad, when you're hot, you're hot.
Caliente, baby.
When you're not, you're not. We're hot right now.
Mucho frío.
We've been right about a lot of things lately, and it continues.
What's up?
First
I like
things
being
first. Right. We'll both take credit for being.
Honeys? Oh, I'm sorry.
We'll both take credit for being right about Game 7 of the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers.
Stanley Cup champs, baby. Go celebrate them with them tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m.
7.2 out of 10% confidence we had that the Panthers would win that game. That's pretty high.
I was 50-50.
You were with me, 7.2. Revisionist history.
Okay.
So we're right about the Panthers winning Game 7. A week in advance, we were right about the post party going to be at the Elbow Room. And there was no understood. We literally just said the post party is going to be an Elbow Room. There wasn't if we win, we're going to Elbow Room. There was no talk of that.
No.
It was impromptu. We were right.
And look, to make sure that we were right, I backed up and asked the one of the security guys at the Elbow Room, was like, let me ask you this. Did they come? How long you guys been open? Did they come celebrate with you guys after the game? And he said, no, it was open. It was open for the game. And then they shut down regular time. But right before they were about to shut down, they got a call, let it be known that, hey, Panthers are going to be coming early morning, have things open. They want to lock down the Elbow Room for friends and family. And that's what happened. I don't think not much patrons were allowed, at least upstairs to the second floor.
Right.
Second
floor.
That's
understandable.
But they were pouring beer down to the fans, and they ran across and jumped in the ocean with it. It was beautiful, man. It was fun.
Beautiful. So we're right about that. I mean, just to pile on about being right about stuff, we told you AJ Puck wasn't going to be in the starting rotation very long for the Marlins. That wasn't a huge reach, nonetheless. I'm just trying to put more that we're right about. And earlier today when we started the show, we told you Italy got no chance versus Switzerland. And lo and behold, 2-0 Italy. Oh, by the way, we were wrong about this, about games going for 115 minutes. That one only went 92 minutes. Even the referees were like, oh, no, get Italy out of here. So defending Euro champs, Italy, thud at the Euros. They lose 2-0 to Switzerland. Switzerland advance to the final 8 teams. Italy, you can go home with that. We told you that was going to happen.
Wow, the champs get eliminated.
But we told you that was going to happen. You could see it coming a mile away. I told you they barely backed into the back door to get into the knockout round. And I'm sure if you're an Italian fan, right? If you're an Italy fan right now,
Donald's hurting.
You're not mad at me. You're probably being like, yeah, preach, Dan. You're absolutely right. Preach.
Donald's hurting.
Oh, yeah. Our dude, Alex Dono, his pops is from Italy. He speaks half Italian, half English sometimes. He's hardcore Italian, and he's got to be dying right now. He's cussed in front of his kids, and not in front of his child. He cusses at the TV, not at his child. Hopefully not. But yeah, he's got to be hurting. And I know we have a lot of Italian fans and a lot of Italian Americans and Italians here in South Florida. So I know they're very, very upset and very hurting. So tough one right there. But we told you, we warned you. If you listen to our warnings, you'll probably do better in life overall. See, if you'd listen to us, like Sean did the other night at Duffy's, and he bet on the Panthers, said he won a big bag. He thanked you by buying some Heinekens. He wanted to buy me some Guinness, but I already had a bunch of Guinness.
Hey, man, shout out to everybody.
So Sean listened to us.
Shout out to everybody at Duffy's.
If you'd listened to us about Elbow Room, you'd have been at Elbow Room for the party before anybody else.
Yeah.
If you listened to us about this Euro, you'd been cool. What else can we get right, Vlad? We'll see.
Yeah, I know. Oh, by the way, I have to give my obligatory shout out to Sabrina.
Oh, yeah.
From Duffy's.
So great. Justin, Sabrina, Sean, the general manager. Actually, big ups. The regional manager, Kyle, was there last night. Said he listened to us talk about Duffy's. He said, man, unbelievable. You guys are great.
Shout out to Kyle.
Much love. So right about that. Euros will continue. Germany, Denmark. Never know. We're going to tell you right now, we expect a German win.
I will say this. Every time I hear Denmark, I'm thinking of a Drake line.
He
used Copenhagen in a line. I was like, wow, that's very
I'm not going to lie.
very unique.
You were at Duffy's Thursday. We had a great time.
Yes,
the
I
way.
was.
Thank you. And we're going to get into the whole story about Duffy's because it was an interesting night nonetheless. I played your song, Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us. That is one of the most requested. You were right about, once again, right about something. Like this is a banger. People are going to love this song. People are going to get down to it. Every night I play music, people come up, I want to hear Not Like Us. Always. Good job.
Told you, man.
I mean, when you're right, you're right.
I got the pulse on the culture. I got the pulse on the city.
It's a great song now. Now I'm into it. I'm all about it now.
That's when, unfortunately, Cousin, this is when people are gonna start hating on it. I'm telling you right now, as crazy as this sounds, there's going to be if this continues, there's going to be a turn of the tide, where people might start getting a little sick of the tide of this whole Kendrick Drake beef and start leaning towards the kid from Toronto.
No, actually, I told you the other night at Duffy's in Plantation, there was a pro Drake crowd. They kept being like, you can't play Not Like Us and not play Drake. And like,
no, you can always play Drake, but the fact of the matter is like he's won, and it's now. I mean, Kendrick won the beef, but the fact of the matter is I think everybody now is. You know what it is? The beef has been over for a month, and then he did the Juneteenth performance and everything.
Oh yeah,
and it was like, okay, cool, but now it seems. It's and this is how crazy this world is. It seems that everybody now is in on the whole Kendrick Drake beef, and they know that Kendrick won, and they starting to love Not Like Us again. I think this might be a turn of the tide where people might start leaning towards Aubrey just because of the fact that they might be getting a little bit sick and tired.
Degrassi.
But as long as Aubrey doesn't do anything crazy. He just might need a vacation.
I don't want to see anybody get hurt, man.
Nobody's gonna get hurt. It's just that
a security guard got shot the other day at Drake's house.
That's because Drake got beef with people in Canada. This is not because of K-Dot. It's Drake. That's Toronto beef. That's the Weeknd and Drake. They got beef.
Wow, Weeknd is in on this?
You never knew that?
Somebody asked me the other day, is that Michael Jackson's son? I said, no. Like, he sounds just like him. He looks like I was like, no, he doesn't.
What do you mean Michael Jackson's son?
Somebody asked me that.
What does Michael Jackson's son have to do with this?
Because he sounds just like Michael Jackson. They were like, is that Michael Jackson's son? It sounds just like
Michael. Who sounds
Weeknd.
Like? No. The Weeknd sounds like Mike?
He does a little bit. Yeah, he does a little bit. Now, when they pointed it out, I was like, a little bit. Maybe it was just that song.
One guy's on the boogie sugar. The other guy's not even alive anymore.
There was a joke in there. I can't do it right now. Panthers Stanley Cup Championship Parade. It's tomorrow, 10 o'clock. We'll start coverage right here on 560 WQAM. Just get it. I mean, everybody keeps asking, what's the play? Honestly, bring a ton of beer.
Just go early.
It's A1A. It's by the elbow room.
Just go to the beach early.
Just go to elbow room.
Yeah, just chill at the beach. Just chill
Guarantee.
there.
If you're looking for the hot spot, get by the elbow room.
Find a spot on the beach. Bring a cooler. Put some sandwiches in the Ziploc.
Get the Odyssey app cranked up. Listen to us and just lay out and chill, man. Just enjoy. Have a morning on the beach. I can guarantee you. And once again, more guarantees. Most of the Panthers team and staff will be drunk. They already are. You saw Matthew Tkachuk was at Raising Cane's the other day. I told you I worked at Raising Cane's for a while. The original Raising Cane's.
By the way, they all look weird without the beards now.
Yeah.
No, because you're so used to the playoff beard that I was like, oh my god, I thought like Sergey looks like he lost 70 pounds without that beard now.
It is weird to see a guy go from a beard to no beard.
Yeah,
they look like,
I didn't even realize that was
oddly
Tkachuk.
Emasculating, to be honest.
I didn't even realize that was Tkachuk in Raising. I was like, is that Tkachuk?
He looked like the captain of a boat. Where did he get that outfit? Where does he get any of his outfits from?
He looked like the captain of a lacrosse team.
Was he walking around elbow room? Correct me if I'm wrong. And I was sober. Was he walking around with no shirt, a WWE championship belt, and shorts?
Probably.
Hey, man, look, you win the Stanley Cup. You can do whatever the hell you want. I might be wearing that later on today when I go see Giuseppe and Nathan. I don't know what I'm doing today. I'm going crazy. Boston University's Macklin Celebrini was the number 1 overall pick to the Sharks last night in the NHL draft. Panthers had no picks last night. They will pick in the 3rd round. They have 5 picks today. The U.S. men's national team, win or go home. They play Uruguay Monday at 9 o'clock. That is the final group stage match for the United States. Hopefully more to come.
How many people do you think are gonna be at this celebration, bro?
Oh, 500,000?
Jeez, if there's gonna be 500,000, I mean, it's gonna be a couple 100,000, right? At least like 200 to 500, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, dude, you guys are not getting out, bro. Might as well camp out now.
I tell you, we're gonna tell you again, life hacks. Tonight around 11, just head on out to Fort Lauderdale, Los Olas, party all night, and stay for the parade. That's all you got to do. I mean, good luck Sunday afternoon and Monday morning, but nonetheless.
No, good luck trying to get out Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. Plenty of time to sober up. Plenty of time. Marlins lost 2-0 to the Phillies last night. Great pitching effort by the Phillies, by the way. But then they got another pitching effort. Aaron Nola going to be taking the mound for Phillies today, while Rodri Munoz gets the start for the Fish. They play at 4 o'clock. International soccer, we told you. Italy just didn't have it. Switzerland took care of them. Coming up in about an hour from now, Denmark and Germany. Also tonight, you got the Copa America. Argentina, Sin Messi will take on Peru, while Canada and Chile play at 8. Canada's starting to become one of my rival teams, too. I'm not very high on them right now. CONCACAF, USA. We've got our own problems. Maybe we should worry about USA and not other teams anymore after what happened the other day. I don't know. Simone Biles leads all categories at the U.S. Gymnastics Olympic Trials. Late next month, the Paris Olympics will start. We're expecting Simone Biles to make a full return to glory. Love Simone Biles. Does anybody not love Simone Biles? Is there a hot taker out there that has problems with her?
Wasn't they upset with her husband?
Well, I mean,
because he thought he was, okay. It's because he's listen, she pressed up on him.
She saw him.
Yeah. And they didn't like that because of status. But what's funny is the flip that the opposite sex have when they think it's the other way around. They don't like the fact when when a man who has maybe a bigger bank account or a more prestigious or acclaimed occupation or legacy, what may you have, whatever, right? What have you? They get upset when when you see them when they're with their significant other and they feel like that the significant other, outkick their coverage. Yeah. So now, because we know Simone Biles, right? And
all-time bad one.
She's beautiful.
All-time bad one.
But she's also accomplished. And we don't know the NFL player because it's not like he's Patty Mahomes or he's not a Sauce Gardner. His name is not mentioned.
So if you're wondering who he is, Chicago Bears safety, Jonathan Owens.
It ain't like he's Ed Reed.
He's not even a receiver, not a quarterback.
No, but I mean, he's not one of them ones, but he's a very good player.
Obviously.
And listen, he's a football player. And, no Diddy. It ain't like, he's a good looking guy. Whatever, right?
I mean, you got to be if you got Simone Biles.
But he's
married.
But the thing about it is, what he's trying to say is, no matter what, Simone or not, I'm going to do good for myself. And people just felt like, oh, he should have never been like bragging like she's the one that was after him. Listen, they love each other. And if she was the one that wanted him, she got him. How about that?
Truth is truth. Simone Biles saw him and said, who is that? And pursued him. And rightfully so, he accepted that pursuit. And they are now they're married. It's easy to hate him because everybody loves Simone Biles. Everybody wants to be married to Simone Biles, and no one's good enough for her except for me. But,
jeez,
I'm joking. I'm actually very happy for them. They look like a very good-looking couple. I'm not gonna lie. They look very, very good-looking together, and they seem like they obviously got very good genes. He's a professional football player. She is a world-class athlete and the greatest gymnast of all time. So, yeah, but yet she did pursue him. She saw him and made the first move. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. They seem to be very happy together. They got married last year. So, best of luck to Simone Biles. Jonathan Owens, you do your thing with the Chicago Bears. I don't think the Dolphins play the Bears this coming season, so the only way we'd face them is in the Super Bowl.
No, they don't.
And that's not going to happen for a lot of reasons. We're not going to get into the reasons why they're not going to play the Bears next season.
Wait a minute. Bears got a good team, bro.
They got Caleb Williams.
They got
They got Jonathan Owens.
They got They got DJ Moore.
I like how you don't miss a beat. They do have Jonathan Owens, yes.
They got Keenan Allen.
You know what's really going to put him over the top? That Jonathan Owens.
And they got Roma Duce.
Yeah, oh yeah, they did. They had that.
And they got DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
And they got Cole Kmet.
Their coach isn't the greatest, though, but
Eberflus.
Eberflus. He made some mistakes last year, but he was a young coach. I'd like to see Caleb Williams do some things. I'd like to see Jonathan Owens do some things. Maybe called pick sixes this year. Take it to the house. I mean, we love a good romance. I mean, everybody loves Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. So why not Jonathan Owens and Simone Biles?
Why not?
I would love it. I'm all for it.
I'm down with that.
I'm actually a Jonathan Owens fan now. You talked me into it.
Look at that.
I'm not going to buy his jersey, but, you know.
I wasn't expecting you to.
Show me the Jonathan Owens jersey tomorrow. Panthers parade. I got a Chicago Bears. Oh, goodness. Where do we digress to? Okay. Let's just digress into the day spa. A California truck full of avocados overturned, while in Connecticut, a truck full of manure overturned.
I'd rather the truck of avocados for $500.
California always wins, man. California always wins.
Jeez, that's nasty work, bro.
Literally. Man, you'd have to pay me a lot to clean up manure off a highway. But then again, I don't get paid
nasty,
a lot.
bro.
I'd rather clean avocados. Oh, speaking of nasty work, we've already put one quote-unquote rumor here in South Florida sports world to bed.
What was that?
We've got another one we're going to put to bed next. We're going to get into it next. Stick tuned. It is 560 WQAM.
shows live or on demand. Plus, there's the cool Rewind feature where you can listen to any part of any show you might have missed anytime. Get it now and make WQAM your favorite station.
Keeping with the theme of the day, Vlad, when you're right, you're right. Told you a long time ago, we're putting to bed all this talk about Jimmy Butler getting traded. He's not happy, gonna get an extension. Lo and behold, it comes out this week. He's not signing his extension. He's playing it out. But some people don't listen to us, Vlad, including ESPN's Alan Hahn. He had some very interesting things to say about Jimmy Butler earlier this week.
Jimmy Butler's days in Miami are over. You heard Pat Riley talk.
You all right?
And Pat Riley said something that caught everybody's attention about Jimmy Butler.
Yeah. I'm worried about you, Dave.
And one other thing.
There's more.
It's not just that. It's also Daryl Morey is laying in the weeds. And you remember the mistake that the Sixers made. Daryl Morey might want to fix that mistake, bring Jimmy Butler back to Philly, and put together a band that should have been together years ago.
You said something about Patron earlier. We'll put a little here in this cup.
Tell me why I'm wrong, you did. Tell me why I'm wrong.
Yesterday was Alan's birthday, and they did go out for dinner. I think he's still drunk. Because,
I hope he is.
not that it's a bad taste,
Speaking of Patron.
but to say it with this man so close by.
Yeah.
But you're in between us.
Yeah, that's why they did that. I was next to you last second.
That's right.
They put me over here for this one.
Can't happen, right? He can't let Jimmy Butler go, right?
No.
Are you allowed to comment on this? I've lost track.
I can't really comment on that, but if I had to guess, I mean, I don't want to talk about it.
I'm just reading.
I don't want to talk about it. I was
It's a
leave that
bold
one alone.
prediction. That's what we're
I
supposed
know
to do.
there are some things you're not allowed to comment
Yeah, I would
on, and
leave
I
that
don't
one
want to get us in trouble for tampering, so we'll leave it.
But I will be calling Jimmy after the show.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Can you call him now? Let's get him on. Let's see what he has to
You
say.
get a busy signals because Daryl's on with
All
him.
right, well,
Just saying.
okay, let's leave all that there.
So further evidence that we were right about Jimmy Butler. That happened a little while back.
Yeah, it was like 10 days ago that
About 10 days ago. Yeah,
Alan
but then
Hahn was on Get Up.
using it for evidence that we were right about it a long time ago. And it's further evidence that nothing's happening with Jimmy. He's playing it out. He's sticking it to it. I want to put to rest another thing, Vlad. And this one's a little more out there. I'm tired of everyone saying, oh, this Tua extension is about to happen. I don't see it happening anytime soon. I'm real serious.
Wait, you don't think it's going to happen before the training camp?
Let's use logic here.
Well, that's what we try to use here.
That's why we're right a lot of the times.
I'm an Aquarius. I try to use logic a lot.
Play him under his current contract. He's got another year, and you can franchise him after that. The only reason you'd be in a hurry, and this team has never seemed to be in a hurry with Tua Tagovailoa to lock him down or anything like that, would be to try to save on the back end of some deals. It just doesn't seem logical that they would go ahead and break the bank. And we've already heard that the market's the market. That's what Tua says. And we're now hearing that the Dolphins probably don't really feel like paying him what the market says. Logically, it sounds like he's going to play out this year in his contract, and then they're going to decide whether they want to franchise him or sign him. That sounds like a logical thing.
Okay.
That's why I don't think it's going to happen.
So we've talked about, I mentioned this earlier. We know by Heat logic and by their history, their MO, they're not really into spending big money on players who may be on the 16th, 17th, or 18th hole of their career. Like they're past the back nine. They're about to, come in. They're about to come in the clubhouse. It's going to be very difficult to pay that money along with the other money that you got tied in with Bam. You're going to you have money with Tyler.
Duncan Robinson.
You're going to have to pay Jaime in a couple of years.
Terry Rozier.
Yeah.
Rozier.
And you always want to have the flexibility to go after the big whales that Riley always talks about. with this apron, because I really don't understand like the apron and how it works with the NBA, but pretty much the NBA has put the kibosh on trying to max out 3 players. They're not allowing you to do that. If you do that, you're pretty much the Phoenix Suns right now, and you're stuck. Also, because of the greatness of these players and these players and what they've done, they've allowed the NBA to grow and get this big money from these TV deals. But unfortunately, the development of all these players all across the world, young players in the States, but the great players across, the foreign players across the world, as great as the Durant, LeBrons, and Currys of the world are, and they still great, and they still put asses in the seat, and you got to pay them the big bucks. It's just that their impact is not the same anymore. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I'm also saying that with Jimmy. Jimmy's had an unbelievable 5 seasons, but 36, 37-year-old Jimmy could give you 22, 23 and give you the Jimmy, but it's not going to have the same impact that 32, 33-year-old Jimmy had in a game. That's what I'm noticing right now. LeBron is still LeBron, right? Still putting up the numbers that he oh my God, at his age, this time, this length of his career. It's just that the significance of it is not the same. It's not as much impactful anymore. And that's where you got to look at the league. The league, Anthony Edwards, you got to look at the young guys, Shea, SGA,
Zion Williamson,
Ja Morant. When they're healthy, they're impactful players. I'm worried. Can certain teams use a veteran star leader? Yes, but with the days of those veteran star leaders being the focal point,
does Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal make you excited? Do you think you're going somewhere with that?
Right.
No.
But understand what they're saying. Like when they're talking about Jimmy, right? They're talking about places where there's already an established franchise player. Yeah. But down here in Miami, Jimmy is the franchise player.
Yeah. I'm not worried about Jimmy Butler. We know what's going to happen with him. I'm trying to use this logic now to tell you that I don't think this Tua extension's happening anytime soon. It just makes sense.
So when you looking at Tua's situation,
okay, apply it, please.
The market is the market.
He has said
that, but that's the difference between Tua and Jimmy. Jimmy knows what he's gonna get because of what both. The market's a market for both, to be quite honest, because you know what you can get. Jimmy knows the max he can get, so he knows what it is. It's up to the teams now if they want to pay the player. The player is looking at the team saying, "I've done this. I've given you 2 NBA final appearances, 3 Eastern Conference Finals appearances. You're in the mix every season. I've given you 2 playoff. I've led 2 playoff appearances. This is Tua. I got injured in the first one, but I improved from that first wild card season to 11 wins, right? And 1 win away from winning the division and everything. Each season, I've improved. I've improved my passing yards. I've improved touchdowns, my accuracy. I played okay. But the market's the market. But here's the difference.
Go ahead.
One guy is still young. The other guy is old.
That is a difference. I do see a correlation now that you're talking, and I'm starting to put it all together. There is a correlation between Jimmy Butler and Tua Tagovailoa. Jimmy Butler says, "This is what I want. Give it to me." The Heat say, "Play out your contract. This is what we're giving you." Tua Tagovailoa saying, "This is what I want. Give it to me." Not as much as Jimmy saying it, and not as emphatically.
Nah, but he said
but the
it
Dolphins
his way.
are probably saying this. You know what? This is what you're getting. Play out your contract.
But I also think one team, the Dolphins, is telling Tua, you're good. I want to give you this, but what you're asking for is not what we want to give you.
How about we do this?
But the problem with both is if you let them play out and they perform.
Oh no.
Then now you're stuck in giving them more money. You don't, because this is one thing you don't want to pull a Dallas Cowboys situation. And the Cowboys didn't learn from their mistake the first time. So that's why I think they don't know what to do the second time. You don't want to be done with Dak. You could have had Dak for cheaper. So maybe you could have Tua for cheaper.
Right.
But if that man performs and have a 5,000-yard season, 40 touchdown, MVP, wins the division, wins a playoff game,
I think
a conference championship or Super Bowl, Now you got to pay that man.
I think the
And
Dolphins
you're gonna have
want,
to pay that man a little bit more now.
I think the Dolphins want that problem, though, to be honest with you. I think they want that problem.
Baby, you know what? If I'm gonna keep you, I'd rather keep. If I could keep you, if I need, put it this way,
that's the argument.
If I'm going to keep you, and I know I'm going to keep you,
then let's go ahead.
Let me keep you for $50 million less than for $50 million more.
That's the point.
It's almost like it's almost like in a relationship. It's like divorce.
Yeah.
If I could, I might as well just keep you and then go through a $50 million divorce.
Right. But it seems like both the Heat and the Dolphins are saying, let's play this out and then we'll figure it out when we get there.
But that's also playing with fire.
They are. And I mean, they are. Now, the Heat, once again, the big difference between the Heat and the Dolphins is the Heat are in kind of a tight situation because if Jimmy does ball out and really play this well and wants that big extension, you're giving a 36-year-old guy an extension. Tua, you're getting a young guy an extension. You've got a long future with Tua. You don't, I'm sorry, as much as you want to say that, you don't have a long future with Jimmy Butler. Father Time has told us that.
Well, the team is going to Bam.
It is. It's already. I mean, they've already transitioned. We saw that with Khalil Ware being drafted.
I mean, and you could tell from the end of the season press conference when there was only one person that got a glowing review and everybody was getting, it was just getting sniped at. Not even. It's not even snipe. He wasn't even hiding it. Like he was letting you know, nah. But one guy's fragile, the other guy doesn't play. Bam's the only one that, Bam and Jaime are good.
Both teams are saying this. Let's play it out. And when we get there, we get there. We'll
but here's
out.
the problem, though.
I think that, okay, I could be wrong. Tua might get signed tomorrow.
But Dan, here's the problem.
But
though,
am I totally crazy for thinking this?
No, you're not. But here's the problem. At least you have in the gym, you have a passing. You know what I'm saying? You're passing to Bam.
The Dolphins have no other option.
What's your other option other than Mikey Blanco? You're not
Yeah.
going to Mikey Blanco, so stop that. You're not going to Mike White.
For all the people 2 years ago that said Skylar Thompson, we can't lose him. Okay,
Stop
he's not
that.
the future. He's
Stop
not.
that. You know
And
what I'm saying?
I told everybody that 2 years ago. Stop the Skylar Thompson talk about how he's going to be the next great Dolphins quarterback, next Dan Marino. Blasphemy, I was told. I'm a blasphemous, terrible person. Lo and behold.
Somebody from the 954 text in, Dan, it's simple. Build a Super Bowl squad. Tua is already under contract. The money's needed to sign winning players. Signing Tua is not a priority at this
It's not.
moment.
I'm agreeing.
No, that's what Dan's been saying. 954. Like, yeah, he's been saying it. He's been saying it for the longest. It's just that,
I mean,
you don't want. My thing is this: you don't want to be in that. I also agree, but you don't want to be stuck in a position where you might have to pay a little bit more.
No, I'm in the common sense category of you're not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. Pay him a little more now, save a lot later.
But guys are emotional.
But that's not what the Dolphins, to me, logically are doing. What they're doing is saying, we'll deal with that when it gets here. And it makes sense. You play him under that rookie contract one more year, and then you can franchise him. It buys you even more time. They're buying time.
Okay, let me ask you this now, right? Does this also put out for the organization? Because a lot of the teammates and players are, his teammates are saying, pay that man, pay that man, pay that man. And they're taking their time. If this continues, can this be a bad light? Can this be a stain on the Dolphins being perceived as an organization that really don't? Because look what happened with Christian Wilkins.
Right. That's the other argument.
You know what I'm
too,
saying?
is
Like you start looking at the organization. I mean, everything's Dolphins finished very high on that poll last season about like places people want to play for, the teams that people want to teams that athletes want to play for. That football players.
Kansas City also finished last, but
right, and their conditions was
see how
wrong.
that worked out.
Their conditions were wrong and all that stuff, but they still win. But the thing about Miami is, they got a new complex, good young coach.
Stephen
Everything's
Ross
great.
Spend money, man.
Stephen Ross spends money, but they spend money on other people. They don't spend money on their own.
Mm-hmm.
And is that a problem?
And here's another little bit, and I don't know how much it plays into it, although I think where there's smoke, there's fire. Tua being a good soldier doesn't exactly help him out.
Well, it didn't help Christian Wilkins.
Didn't exactly help. You think if Tua said, you know what, I'm not showing up, or I'm not going to play unless I get an extension, that might put a little bit more fire, but they know he's already said, I'll be there, I'm going to play it, I'm going to give him all. And is he doing the right thing, wrong thing? I don't know. But what I'm saying, does that play into a little bit, Vlad, or are we making up?
I mean, you're not going to Kirk Cousin him, man. Like with the Commanders.
I just think that they know, like they got something safe, Are they treating Tua like their bottom girl?
Oh my God.
No. Are they?
Jeez.
Are they? Does everyone know what a bottom girl is?
Yeah, I would like for you to explain it to me.
Okay,
Since you can.
I'll explain it, and you can probably correctly explain it. Your bottom girl is your ride or die. You know she's always going to be there, no matter what you do, no matter how things go. You can rely on her to be there.
The only problem is,
what's the problem?
She's not wifey.
Ah, yes.
Tua wants to be wifey.
Tua wants that ring.
Well,
and Dolphins are saying
Dolphins want a ring as well.
I got to be careful with my wording. Once again, they're saying Tua, in a way, indirectly saying you're my bottom girl.
Yeah, well, Tua wants to be wifey.
He don't want to be that. He don't want to be that bottom girl anymore. He wants to be.
He wants a commitment.
He wants
a long-term commitment.
He's a commitment guy. Man, I just don't see if it hadn't happened yet. When's it going to happen? And he's already said he's a little upset because the market's the market. And he says the right things. Like, I let my management do that. They give me updates here and there. That's between them. That's them. But Tua keeps saying, I'm going to show up, though. I'm going to play. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And it just seems like the Dolphins are buying time so they don't have to walk down that aisle yet. They're saying, yeah. I got some things at work. But once, everything's cool, I'll get you that ring. Saying, play under that rookie contract. And we got the franchise tag. That buys us 2 years. Let's see how it goes. Not exactly a shot of confidence.
Dolphins want a 2-year engagement.
Dolphins want to prolong that engagement for 2 years. That's the way I feel. That's the way I look at it.
Okay, that's interesting. I can't knock it.
Okay, I'm gonna go on the record right now. I don't think this extension's happening anytime soon. Anytime soon.
So you don't think this is happening? I think this happens before
training
the season.
Camp.
Yes,
before training camp.
Yes.
Okay.
I think everything gets figured out before training camp.
Okay. Well, we're gonna monitor the situation, and I guarantee
because you guys have a good vibe going right now. You know what I mean? And if what's his name? Fangs. If Fangs was bad, negative vibe, that it feels like they got all the negative vibes out.
Okay.
But the stain on you guys, you gotta, and it's going to be talked about, is the fact that when they draft, they don't, well, except for Jalen Waddle, they did sign Jalen Waddle. But Christian Wilkins, that was a nasty situation. And you let that man play it out.
Told him to produce, and he did.
And he did. So
you
if you do
pay
that,
him.
here's the thing. Now you're playing with a position now. If Tua balls out
if
and
Tua
another
walks,
and then all of a sudden now a team is desperate and it has the money and they offer him, they give him even more of a perfect conditions than what's here in Miami, and he bounced. Now 2 years from now, you're without a quarterback.
Let's play the quote unquote doomsday scenario. Tua balls out, outprices himself for the Dolphins, goes play somewhere else. What do you do if you're the Dolphins? Do you have to start all over because you don't have your quarterback? You have to start over at quarterback. Man, that's a nasty situation.
They said Paul Holland says franchise tag next year could be as high as $53 million. That's guaranteed. You can't play with that money. It all goes to the cap. So why mess around with the franchise when basically the franchise is what he's trying to earn yearly?
I'm not Chris.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy now. Like, if that's true, if it's $53 million guaranteed for the franchise tag, that's the equivalent of what quarterbacks are making right now, for 5 years, for every year.
So you pull a slick move, make him play this year under his rookie contract, then sign him to the $53 million a year contract. You don't have to franchise him, and you get the deal. I'm just saying.
Stop playing with your food, bro.
I'm not in charge of this, and I'm glad I'm not in charge of this because I would not be very good at it. I know how things work sometimes, and I feel as though that's what's happening, but we'll see. Tua might be sign a 15-year contract tomorrow. That's not going to happen. I'm just saying he might do it tomorrow. I see the way things are going, man.
Maybe Dak Prescott might be your quarterback.
That excites me so much, Vlad.
It's literally the same quarterback.
Would you be interested in Derek Carr? Because the Saints are not interested in him.
No.
That car breaks down right before it gets to where it needs to go. Warm up that kicker's leg. Oh, man. But I say sign him now. You know you're going to keep him. Why not?
Right. I mean, why spend more when you could have him for a better price, a reasonable price? They're not doing that.
I don't understand it, man, but I'm not Chris Greer. I'm not those guys. What are you going to do? We're going to see. I don't see it happening
But
anytime soon. Vlad does see it happening before training camp.
I do see it before training camp.
One of us is going to be right. One of us is going to be wrong.
Because here's how I look at it, right?
I hate going against each other.
Here's what I look at it.
Fighting.
What if they're trying to tell, look, we got to sign so many other people. We got to sign some of the weapons that you need to also look good.
That's another favorite part. Tyreek Hill, pay that man. So you're going to give him some of your salary cap? No, I want to be the highest paid receiver in the world. It's like, it's so like it's not congruent. Like everybody wants everybody else to be paid, but don't take any money out of my pocket. I want to be the highest paid. Remember that we listened to Tyreek the other day, kind of have to like crab walk a little bit when he was saying things like, that man needs money. He's going to get better. And then like he kind of threw in there, you're going to see he's going to get a playoff game.
We're going to win the playoff game. We're going to go deep this season. Yeah. Okay.
And then pay that man. But then next sentence, I want to be the highest paid receiver in the NFL. Okay. We're going to see. One of us will be right. One of us will be wrong. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I think Tua is our future, and I think he's the best future that we have for the Dolphins. I just don't know what that future is going to look like. We'll see. Up next, we're going to do some something or nothing here on 560 WQAM. Something or nothing time, Vlad. I'm going to read through a few things and you let me know whether it is something or nothing. Been right about a lot of things today so far, Vlad, so maybe you can be right about these. Let's go. Kevin Love, he has declined that $4 million 1-year option from the Miami Heat, but both sides say they are eager to get a new deal done. Is that something or nothing?
That's something. That is something. I think Kevin Love will be I think Kevin Love might be looked by many teams as a veteran, that vet option, like almost like a Jeff Green type, where they can add some depth to the bench, but also their Al Horford is another one.
Yeah,
their
man.
experience, their insights to the game, and the fact that he still can shoot the three, and he's still one of the best outlet passers after a rebound.
He is a really good outlet passer.
So Kevin Love will be looked upon by contenders. That's what you're going to look at. Which contending teams or teams that think they're on the verge of possibly winning a championship still may offer Kevin Love a chance to play.
Now that you mention it, Kevin Love is a little more valuable than I was giving him credit for earlier today. He is a great outlet passer, good rebounder, very solid, veteran presence on the team. So hopefully a deal does get done. Brandon Ayuk, man, this guy talks a good game, bro. Now he's saying he wants to stay with the 49ers. Something or nothing. So you want to go through the saga? Brandon Ayuk, he's in a contract year, last year of his contract. He's saying he went and told Jaden Daniels, because they played together at Arizona State. That's the reason why. He said that 49ers don't want me, and kind of made it like, we don't need to be here anymore. And now he's saying he wants to be with the 49ers forever. Is that something or nothing?
It's just a guy who, all right, so there's a difference. It's nothing, because this is just a guy who's handling the situation the same way. It's very different than how Tu was handling the situation. Total opposites. But that's the difference. Receivers are mostly divas. No offense, but they have diva personalities. Right. And quarterbacks have, that CEO.
More of a steady, patient,
stoic personality.
Because they need to be like that in games.
Right.
They can't get too wrapped up in it.
But Ayuk, I don't know. He just looks like a guy who desperately wants to get paid. Maybe you don't know what they have. Maybe he needs to get paid immediately. Maybe, who knows? I don't want to speculate, but when you're stressing like that, you're gonna get paid. That's the thing. You're gonna get paid. Now, do you want to get paid with the team that drafted you? You want to stay in San Fran? That's
a
cool.
Good spot for him.
It's a great spot. You're always gonna win. You know the team very well. You know the city. You want to establish. Maybe you want to establish.
Well established on the team.
Not in the town, maybe as well.
Not a bad place.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. But dude, if they told you they're gonna take care of you, they're gonna take care of you. You saw what happened with Debo. Debo kind of pulled the same situation, but it was all figured out at the end. Ayuk is gonna get the same. It's all gonna be figured out at the end.
Yeah. All right, Vlad. Long ago, I have started to worry about my cousin, but I'm really now worried about my cousin, man. Former LSU Tiger and presumed to be greatest quarterback of all time, Jamarcus Russell, has been. It's not funny. This is really sad, by the way. Jamarcus Russell has a lot of sad stories.
It's not. You know what? It's funny.
Have you heard this story yet?
Yeah, it's funny because it's not when you heard it was Jamarcus Russell. It's like, oh, you're not surprised.
So Jamarcus Russell got fired from a volunteer coaching job at his alma mater, Williamson High in Mobile, Alabama, and he is now being sued for $74,000 because apparently he took a donation check and cashed it for himself. That's something or nothing.
That's something fraudulent.
Holy crap. How do you get fired from a volunteer job, lad?
Easy.
Okay.
You steal.
Let's break down a couple things. Number one, Jamarcus Russell.
You steal.
Had all the talent in the world. Maybe the most talented tool player to play quarterback ever in the NFL. Tool-wise. Now, I'm not saying...
One game against Notre Dame, and everybody fell for the banana in the tailpipe.
It was unbelievable. He could do things that he didn't even see human.
Okay.
Started drinking that lean. Started dating Fats Domino's granddaughter for some reason. Didn't make it in the league. He even admitted it to me one time. He said,
they gave him a DVD.
He said, yeah. He said, I didn't have it between the ears.
They gave him a DVD because they knew that he wasn't studying film. They gave him a DVD of nothing.
And put a $100 bill underneath the DVD
to see.
And he returned it, and the $100 bill was still there.
Right. And he said he watched the film.
And then promised the Raiders that he was going to dedicate himself. And there was video of him not practicing, sitting on the sideline, talking to his agent about getting more money. Nonetheless, it's hit an all-time low, Vlad. fired from a volunteer coaching job, not just any volunteer high school coaching job, your alma mater, where you're an all-time great, living legend. And then you took a donation check that was meant for kids and cashed it for yourself.
Can't help him. Can't win with him.
$74,000.
Can't win with him. Can't win with him.
Proud moment for LSU alumni right there. Good job. Thanks, man. It's really sad. You can't make stuff like that up. Now, you can't make this up either. Jay-Z, Nas, their collabo song with Shaq from the 1990s, No Love Lost, has been released.
Yeah, that's something. Apparently, Shaq's songs are being released on stream, and You Can't Stop the Rain with Biggie, one of my favorite Biggie verses ever. Yo, Shaq, that's another thing. When you start hearing these songs, it's like, damn, Shaq, yo, these artists were blessing you with some bars, be like, they were really spitting, like they were spitting on these on the Shaq songs as if Shaq was like really a formidable MC. Shaq can spit though. Don't get me wrong.
Man, that Diesel album,
an athlete, Shaq can rap.
That Diesel album was good.
Shaq can rap, and Shaq was holding his own. He was all right. He was all right.
Yeah, he was all right.
We Don't Need No Hugs with Wu-Tang. But yeah, You Can't Stop the Rain that's one of my favorite Biggie verses ever, and he has one with Hov and Nas, and that's very good. I'm happy
before
that
the beef.
Yeah, well, yeah. So
do they still hate each other?
No, they're good friends now.
Oh,
they laugh at everybody. You know what's funny about the Nas Jay-Z beef? Before we go to break, right?
Oh goodness, got a couple things to go through. Go ahead.
People, the Nas Jay-Z beef is like the equivalent of the Jordan LeBron discussion, right? There's not going to be a winner, and guess what? Both these guys are friends. So people are still arguing about a beef that happened over 20 years ago, and both the participants have mended fences.
I like both, but I know who I like more. I'll just leave it at that.
It's always Brooklyn for me.
You know it. Last but not least, Vlad, I sent you the email. It just says 50. I don't know if you've opened it yet. You should always immediately open every email that I send you because it's always very important. Very important.
Wait a minute.
Yes, sir. I see you smiling if you're watching on YouTube and Twitch. 50-year-old woman. She's living her best life.
Nah, baby. You act. Yeah.
She says trolls are saying you need to act your age, but she says younger guys are all over her. And you see that picture. I say you do you. I mean, that's quality 50 right there.
Rose Cordiero.
Okay. What's wrong with living your best life?
She looks.
I mean,
whoa.
I'm a younger man. I would holler. Would you holler for that? Yes or no?
Wow, her daughter looks exactly like her.
Oh man. Still. That's another, like the Dolphins have decisions to make, the Heat have decisions to make. You would have a decision to make. Do you want the younger, newer version, or do you want the more experienced version? Case by case basis.
You see, I'm trying hard not to, because all right.
It's tough.
This is so. I don't want people to think this is like
whatever you take, I'll take the other.
No. Here's how I describe.
Everybody wins.
At my age, I want the older.
Okay,
but in all reality, you would want the younger because it's like a car. It's a new year with added features and accessories.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it might be a little more high maintenance.
They're all high maintenance, but
true.
It's newer.
Right.
But I'm old school.
Right.
So yeah.
Tough. Okay, well, Panthers are having a party tomorrow, and I mean they've been partying all week, and we've been partying along with them. Got another hour of the show. We're gonna celebrate, and also a cameo guest appearance earlier this week. We're gonna tell you about that next here on 560 WQAM.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Get money.
Sports Day on 560 WQAM. I am Dan Day, along with my cousin, Vladimir Lewisoff. And there's one thing I could say about you, Vlad. You are a man of the people. Monday night, you were on the ice at Amerant Bank Arena post-game, rubbing elbows with Sergei Bobrovsky, Nico Mikula, Matthew Tkachuk. Went home for a couple hours, and just like Matthew Tkachuk and some of the other guys, Nico Mikula, you decided to hit the elbow room. That's not where you stopped. Your world tour continues, or at least tour of South Florida continues. Thursday night, doing my thing, Duffy's Implantation. I'm there every Thursday and Friday night. Trivia night. Lo and behold, who comes through the front door but one Vladimir?
I did. I've been promising to step in and check you out, show love to my cousin, my cousin. And, anytime I get a chance to go see Sabrina, it's always good.
Oh, yeah. And Sabrina and Justin were working great. The whole team over there. So we're doing the trivia. We're having a great time. Some listeners and friends of the show, Sean in the mix. Brought you a Heine.
Yeah, Heineken.
I'm drinking the Guinness. We're having some beers. So Vlad, at one point, playing a little bit of music, you and I are kind of hanging out. You decide to stand next to me and talk.
I forgot about this.
And you're standing there with your arms crossed.
I always stand with my arms crossed.
And a couple people over the past week have come to me, not just at Duffy's, but everywhere.
This is hysterical, bro.
Vladimir's like really into his health. He's like a buff guy, right?
Completely. No, I'm not.
And I'm just trying to figure a way to possibly spin it that you're somewhat into your health. And I said, well, he does wind sprints. That's what I told someone.
Wind sprints.
Deep breaths. So a couple people ask, like, is that Vlad? Then a couple people even come to me and go, do you have a bodyguard? Because you're standing next to me. And if you know the spot at Duffy's, that's kind of like off in a corner and there's not like a lot of access to me. And you're standing kind of in the access way with your arms crossed. Looking somewhat intimidating. I will say a little bit intimidating.
But that's funny because that's how I am, bro. Like, if I'm at a spot, I don't know, maybe that's just the Brooklyn in me. I'm just going to stand like, this is my spot. You could come say hello to me. I'm not going to be, but if you don't say anything stupid, and if I'm not like I'm trying to look intimidating. I'm not even thinking I'm looking intimidating, but you were chilling and I'm standing, I'm looking at Sabrina, and then I'm looking at the TVs and I'm looking at the patrons. So I'm like, all right, cool. And I was drinking my beer.
And it's always a good time because, they've got everything you possibly want. You were drinking Heineken. It's always 2 for 1.
I was with my boy, Big Mike. Shout out to Big Mike.
Was in the house.
Yeah, avid listener. So we like,
And everybody there is family. Everyone talks to
all
everyone.
love, even the people that they need to relax a little bit.
There is some craziness that goes on. And I'm playing music and people are making requests. And they got this Jamaican dude who's requesting songs you wouldn't expect a Jamaican to request.
Yeah, he was
some weird songs.
He was requesting some weird songs. But I was just, I'm chilling with my cousin. I'm like, I just had my arms folded and that was good.
I did have some people last night who asked me, like, was that your bodyguard? I said, no, that's my cousin. And we got a couple strange looks too. And I introduced you as my cousin to a lot of people. I don't know why. Nonetheless, I was like, no, that's just my cousin. He's coming by. So then I told the Jamaican guy also lived in Brooklyn. And I was like, oh, Vlad, that guy's from Brooklyn. You go, I don't want to talk to him.
That's what I said.
Yeah, because you could tell I was trying to like get you to go talk to him. You go, I don't want to talk to him. At that point, I was like, okay.
I didn't realize I said that.
Towards the end of the night.
Okay.
We're having a great time.
I ended up talking to him.
Oh, yeah. And you actually knew a lot of common places.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know I said that.
You just shut me down immediately. I don't want to talk to him.
Oh, okay.
There was a couple other people that you didn't want to talk to, but that's for different reasons. There was some flirtations and all types of other crazy. Like I said, it gets a little wild and fun. 2 for 1 drinks all the time. You got Justin laughing like crazy. Sabrina, her timing is impeccable. I don't know how she times it perfect. Every time you take the final sip of your beer, the next one comes. It's unbelievable. Like, if you don't know, go to Duffy's Implantation. You'll know Justin by his laugh. You'll know Sabrina.
Her aura, bro. She's got an aura.
You really like you don't even have to say anything. Like literally, the second you finish your drink or your meal or whatever, it's either picked up in the next one. Like it's just, I don't know how they do it. It's crazy. Crazy. But yeah, and Vlad was having a good time, and yeah.
I didn't know I did that. I said that. I don't want to talk to
A
him.
lot of people did think that you were my bodyguard. You maybe you're bigger and more buff than we give you credit
Stop
for
it,
on the
bro.
show.
Stop.
People were literally like, "Oh, Vlad, man, like
That's funny. That is funny. I'm Flacco, baby. I'm Joe Flacco.
oh man." Yeah, so yeah, a lot of people thought you were my bodyguard, but it was cool to have you there. So we're gonna have you there more often because I mean everyone was happy to see you. By the way, Clive was there saying hi. Ted said hello. I've just got a text from Kyle, the regional manager. He said he heard us shouting him out, and he's like, "You and Vlad more often, man." So take the show on the road every once in a while. So Vlad, we're gonna have to plan another day. You can always swing by Thursday or Friday.
And
I know you're coming on Thursdays for obvious
and
reasons.
the Elbow Room, they showed us love as well.
Oh, really?
Yes. Because somebody saw me while I was chilling, and I was in the same pose. Somebody's like, "Hey, you're on the radio, right?" It's like, "Yeah, I listen to you guys. You guys are good." I was like, "All right, thanks." I'm like, and put it this way. It was not hard to find Vlad at the Elbow Room.
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
Okay, it wasn't really that hard to find Vlad. If we were playing Wells World, though, it's easy. I'm the dark spot.
I was gonna say, were you like a lot of random people coming up talking to you because you were a unique
No,
character?
no, there was only 4 of us, and 2 of them were like security guys, like that worked there already. So it wasn't, there wasn't that many, but I was there.
Is that your move at bars and clubs? Because
no,
you just stand there with your arms folded and just.
Oh yeah, I'm always, but if there's no music and I'm not dancing, yeah, I'm just lamping up, I'm chilling. I'm just trying to enjoy my beer and enjoy the ambiance, man. It was great. It was great everywhere. It was great. Great vibes at Duffy's. Great vibes in the ER, or at the ER. Let me not say in the ER.
Yeah,
but
you don't want to be in the ER. You want to be
but
at the ER.
it was great vibes at Elbow Room. So yeah, I mean, listen, this Panthers celebration, this Panthers victory is something. It's the final. It's the final ring. It's the final Infinity Stone for South Florida, for Miami, Fort Lauderdale as a major market. You are there with other major cities that has all 4 major sports and have won a championship. So this is yeah, man, this was special. I got to give it up to you guys.
And look, there is no promise of tomorrow, so seriously celebrate. Go out to this parade tomorrow, live it up, enjoy. Maybe we'll do it next year, maybe we won't. Live like we'll never have it again, in hopes that you will have it again. Of course, if you can't make it out there, 10 o'clock tomorrow, we begin our coverage of the parade. So basically, the ceremony ends. I am hoping that there is some drunken debauchery, and I'm going to have to drop a lot of audio. It's going to be awesome.
But what about when it travels outside the United States, like when it has to go to Finland, Canada, when those players get to bring that trophy to their native countries? That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. I'm excited just to watch the journey. It's been fun just watching it journey around South Florida, whether it be at Elbow Room.
I guarantee
it was at Club 11 the other night.
Let me tell you this:
more action than I am.
That if
not maybe you've lacked.
If objects were ever able to tell a tell-all story, the Lord Stanley Cup's tell-all story might be the greatest story, might be the greatest book ever.
So let me break it down for you about the Stanley Cup. A lot of people don't know this, and I've been telling people every 40 years they retire the trophy because they can't keep putting names on it because they put everybody that's won.
So Stanley Cup 1 and Stanley Cup 2, when they're having a conversation, Stanley Cup 2 must be that's nothing. Nothing,
right.
Nothing compared to what's going on.
Every 40 years, they retire the trophy because there's no room to put names on it. They put it in the Hockey Hall of Fame, and then they start a new trophy. So it's not the same trophy they've been carrying around for 100 years. There are
so what
incarnations?
So what incarnation is this?
I don't know. I don't know how old this year's Stanley Cup is, but people don't know that. They really do think that it's really just the same cup.
Is this a new cup, or is this one of the cups that still has Yager on it? Because I'm telling you, the cup that Yager is the one. That's the one that has the most stories.
The keeper of the cup told me, he was like, I had to sit in the other room, and he's like, didn't have to have much of an imagination to know what was going on in that other room. No imagination needed at all. He said pretty much figure out every detail too, not just randomly what was going on. Every detail. It was like a play-by-play. Maybe they had a play-by-play person in there.
Oh my God.
That would be okay. If you do that, if you have the cup and you do whatever you do, and you get like Doug Plagans to go in there and call play-by-play, that's boss.
He shoots it right by the 5-hole.
You're number one. You're number one all time. You're in my book. You're number one. If you get the play-by-play person to go in there and call play-by-play,
pad save.
No, don't nutmeg nobody.
Oh my God.
That's an all-time move.
That's a special hat trick right there.
You can use that one. Whoever, if the Florida Panthers are listening, whoever wants to use that one, I don't know how much Doug Plagans would appreciate that, but if you pull that off, it's yours. You own it. You have the means to pull that off, and you got more means than me, obviously. You want to. Do we have headlines? I mean, why not?
What's the headlines?
Is there any type of headline that we need to read?
Let's see. In the Euros, Italy lost 2-0.
Italy lost. They're done.
2-0. They were the Euro champs. Now they've been eliminated. Congratulations, Switzerland.
Marlins play at 4 today against the
Philadelphia Phillies.
Aaron Nola going to be pitching. Bryce Harper got injured on the last play of the game the other day, so he's not going to be playing.
Both he and Kyle Schwarber are out. They're on the IL.
You hate to lose Kyle Schwarber's paltry 187 batting average.
Still hits home runs, bro.
I know. He still hits dongs. He still hits dongs.
So, he still hits home runs.
That's
a terminology that makes no sense. Makes no sense. NHL draft is going on. LeBron James opt out.
Oh, Bronny James could be a member of the Lakers. They have the rights to him.
Well, you mean they drafted him second round? Yeah, but LeBron opted out of his contract, so he's gonna get a bigger deal with the Lakers.
Simone Biles is owning the Olympic trials.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. You know what's important right now?
Just keep throwing out random stats.
No. This is very important because this may also include the Heat in some way or shape or form. Because this is something that the Heat always does. They always like in the 10th, in the 11th hour, out of nowhere, they make a move. Paul George, he has until the next 44 minutes to either opt in with the Clippers or opt out and become a free agent. And now there's the rumor is that if he does opt in, he's going to demand a trade. And but if he opts out and becomes a free agent, they think he might sign with Philadelphia because the 76ers have a lot of money.
That's a lot of rumors.
But he's also rumored to go to Golden State. But this is a move. Paul George is such a player that the Heat would love. This is a move where the Heat might be doing things right now. And like under the radar, you don't hear anything. And then out of nowhere, 11th hour, boom, you hear Paul George either signs with Miami Heat or gets traded to the Miami Heat. I wouldn't be shocked by a move like that.
For the Heat's sake and for our sanity, can we please just at the last minute spring it on us and not do like Damian Lillard and Kevin Durant and have us talk about it for months and months?
Very under the I don't know. I might be speculating
right.
But I'm just knowing this team and the way this team is and how they move. This seems because if Paul George, the thing about it is Paul George is from LA. Kawhi traded and said, if you want me to, when Kawhi was going to the Clippers, he said, if you want me to become a Clipper, get Paul George. He got Paul George. And they got to the Western Conference Finals. That's the farthest that they've been in their tenure together. But he said some things, and you know me, I'm always listening to people, and they're looking at their expressions, their body language, the whole nine. He said he wants to go to a team that is a good fit for him. And that was kind of weird considering you're the 1B or, to Kawhi's 1A.
Happy birthday, Kawhi Leonard, by the way, 33 years old today.
Wow, he's only 33.
It's odd that I do these little stupid fact checks, and it always comes up that I have. Okay, go ahead.
So, yeah, damn, he's only 33. He's broken down 33. Jeez.
He played a lot last year. He was on one of the All-NBA teams, but go ahead.
Yeah, because he just got to the number, and then he was done for the playoffs.
More than Jimmy Butler.
Well, it's true. But he wants to leave the Clippers. And right now, the West is such a tough road to win in the West that or you go back to the Clippers, or you're going to be if healthy, they always a threat, but they're never healthy. Or do you go to another team where you just could fit in? You don't have to be the man. There's a team that already has a franchise player in Joel Embiid and a young guy in Tyrese Maxey. You got a guy like Bam down here in Miami with Jaime Jaquez. Who knows? With Jimmy. You put Paul George and Jimmy together with Bam, that's a different three.
That is true. That's dangerous.
That's
I would
dangerous.
not sleep well at night if he went to the Philadelphia 76ers.
And that's the other thing. And then now
That's
you're
all
look,
the speculation.
and that's the other thing that's got to start worrying Heat fans is the fact that, and this is not me, boasting or anything, but you see your rivals are doing moves. Everybody's trying to get to where Boston is at, and everybody seems to be. It seems like there's certain teams who are contending, like the Knicks, who are putting a team together to match what Boston has. So when you see the Knicks make the trade for Mikal Bridges and then they re-sign OG Anunoby, it's like, okay, wow, this is a young team. You see the Knicks have guys, all their guys are under the age of 30. So you're going to be
they're all from Villanova.
They're either from Villanova or Kentucky. They're all Wildcats. And you see that they have a 3, 4, 5 year run. Are you going to be able to compete with that? And also Boston, whose 2 players are reaching their prime, they got their team together. They know how to win. They're the champions. Philadelphia, it's always about health, but if Embiid's healthy, he's got the running mates with Maxey, they could be something. Orlando's a team that scares me. I know
they're good. They're a very good team.
They were a young team.
4 seed last year.
They were a young team. No, were they a 4 seed?
Yeah, they lost to Cleveland.
Yeah, no, Cleveland was a 4 seed.
Oh, Cleveland was a 4 seed. Okay.
Yeah, but they were 4-5. But they were battling. Like if you look at the records, it was only 4-game difference between 2 in Miami. 2 with Miami, 8 or 7. No, 2 and 7. So yeah, you're looking at these teams. These teams are coming. Like they're getting better. They're younger and getting better, and they're getting the experience that they need to learning how to lose in the postseason and how that hurt drives you and motivates you the following season. You can't be in the back, boy. You can't be in the back. You can't be in the pack. You can't be back still living off success from former years.
Not at all. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Paul George is going to be an interesting piece to the whole NBA puzzle. So we'll have to see about that.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. He's got another 40 minutes to opt out or opt into the contract. So I haven't seen anything. There has been no there's been nothing mentioned by Shams or Woj. There's been no Woj bomb, but that's the big piece because of Chris Paul, who the Warriors are trying to trade. The Warriors asked him to delay his guaranteed of $30 million for his contract next season.
Always take the money. See how that goes.
Well, I mean, he's probably getting traded.
Yeah, they're trying to see where all the dominoes fall. Real quick, what does Inter Miami and the Argentinian national team have in common?
No Lionel Messi?
No Lionel Messi. He's on both teams, but he's not playing for either one of them. Tonight, Inter Miami, 8:30.
Where?
Nashville. Argentina tonight against Peru, 8
Where?
o'clock. That's a good question. It's been hard to follow these teams, man.
I ain't gonna lie to you. It would be great if he pulled the Deion Sanders one time. If a soccer, you know what I mean? But it won't happen. But if there was an early soccer game with Argentina, they play it at 1, and then when they were done.
Oh, crap. That's here tonight.
It's here?
Yeah. Group A played. Now, no wonder everybody was wearing kits last night, and they're going to the game.
Oh.
It's at Hard Rock Stadium, but Messi isn't playing, oddly enough.
That's rough. Oh, my God. You know how many Argentinians going to be so upset today?
Yeah, but you're going to see your national team.
But how many times do they get to see?
Well, they get to see Messi every other week.
I mean, you think?
I mean, you're in Miami.
I mean, they still playing at the Chase Stadium, right?
Yes.
It's not like, it's not like if they were at the Hard Rock.
Yeah. So, okay, they're at Hard Rock Stadium tonight. Peru versus Argentina. Messi will not be playing. He's got a hamstring. Argentina is already through. They've won their first 2 matches. So that's the reason why they're resting Messi and the whole hamstring. We'll see how that plays out. But Inter Miami got a big one tonight at 8:30 up in Nashville right here, 560 WQAM. Parade tomorrow, Vlad. What's the plan? We're going to talk about it next here on 560 WQAM.
Mm, mm, mm. Oh, yeah. I'm with this.
So in case you've been living under a rock, Florida Panthers are Stanley Cup champions, and there's going to be a big parade tomorrow. Fort Lauderdale, right around 5th and the Ocean, just going down to the Elbow Room area, A1A, the parade. It'll be wild. It'll be crazy. Now, we're going to get into the game plan and what you might want to do for this parade if you're going. If you're not, you can hear it here on 560 WQAM. Don't get too crazy at the parade because we need you tomorrow night. That's right. Vlad, you've been out in the streets. You're going to be out in the streets again tomorrow night.
My God, I'm him.
You and I are going to the Carolina Ale House in Weston.
Yes, sir.
Viewing party. Mainly watching Venezuela, who's already through, versus Jamaica, who's pretty much done, and they're not going to advance. It's Copa America watch party.
And there's another game.
Yes, there is another game that is going to be happening concurrently because they play on the last match dates at the same time. It is going to be Mexico and Ecuador.
This is gonna be interesting.
So
There's Mexican fans out there. You're gonna fight them?
Yeah, I like Heat Colt's in here. He's Ecuadorian. He's a good friend of mine, and I mean I've got a lot of really good friends that are Ecuadorian. So I love Ecuador, and I really do not like the Mexican national team. And then I'm kind of torn, man, because Vlad, I was talking a good game about going to this Carolina Ale House in Weston, which also has a nickname. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the nickname of Weston, but apparently I was like, well, Vlad, we'll probably pull for the Jamaican team. I think that's going to change. We might have to just be neutral in that game because apparently there's a very large contingent of Venezuelans in the Weston area, especially at the Carolina Ale House.
And
bring it on. Let's go. I'm happy. So I'm kind of neutral in Jamaica, Venezuela. Venezuela's already through to the next round. I actually have a lot of Venezuelan friends too, so I can't say that much. And I got a lot of Jamaican friends too. But okay, we got to have some. That's going to be fun. And Vlad, tomorrow's a really cool day because if you order a special beer, and I know what type of special beer it is, and you know what it is too, come find Vlad and I. We'll tell you what that special beer is at the Carolina Ale House tomorrow night from 6 till about 10. If you order that beer, if you get there early and in time, you can get some glassware that has like Lionel Messi stuff on it.
Oh, nice.
More than that, though, we're also giving away some Messi gear like a hat and shirt and other things.
Oh, really?
And more than that, you'll have a chance to win tickets to an Inter Miami game later on.
Oh, my gosh.
And
it's more?
There's a special prize that I can't talk about on the air. And it's going to be really cool that we're also going to be giving away.
So you get a glassware, you get tickets, you get a kit,
maybe, and you get to hang out with your family.
And you get to hang out with us.
And we all know, it's no secret, Venezuelan fans, very good looking. Jamaican fans,
beautiful.
Great to hang out with.
Beautiful people.
Ecuadorian people are some of the best people in the world. They've opened on everywhere I've ever lived in this country. I've always been befriended by Ecuadorian people.
Beautiful sisters.
So great. And Mexico, you got Becky G. What more can you ask for? Other than us at the Carolina Ale House. Vlad and I'll be there 6 o'clock. And I might close the place down. You know me, Vlad. I'm not a guy to leave early.
Down the street from the crib.
So Venezuela's already through. We're playing with house money. And then Ecuador, Mexico. That's to advance. Winner advances. So, man.
Yeah, it'd be a major night. You go party at the celebration, and then you head up to
that's what I'm expecting.
To Carolina Weston, the Carolina Ale House.
So that was our initial plan. For some reason, Vlad and I thought it would make sense, since we're on the air usually from noon to 4, that we would be out broadcasting at the parade.
That's what we thought.
So this is my initial plan. Get out there around 8 o'clock in the morning, chug a couple of beers out of the Stanley Cup, watch the parade, broadcast, have some more beers, watch the celebration, have a friend pick us up and bring us to Carolina Ale House and watch the soccer games. That was the initial plan.
Nah, that's down the street from the crib.
Yeah. But
good.
New plan. Vlad and I will be here starting at 10 a.m. Hollywood, Danny Rabinowitz, and Tobin of the Tobin and Leroy Show will be broadcasting. Marcos will be walking around. What his role is, I'm not exactly sure. I don't think Marcos knows exactly sure what his role is. Nonetheless, wish him the best. Vlad and I will be back here manning the station until 4 o'clock.
And then heading to Weston.
Then we're heading to the Carolina Ale House in Weston, which is supposed to be, I've never been, Vlad.
No, it's nice, man. It's
I hear
really
it's
nice.
awesome.
It's an awesome spot.
I mean, I've heard legendary stories.
It's got I can't watch Hurricane games out there.
You've had some bad luck?
0-3, but can you?
Oh, yeah, you can't go there and watch Hurricane games.
Yeah.
But you get Venezuela versus
But
Jamaica at
nice
8.
spot, though. Nice
Mexico, Ecuador at 8. I'm guessing there's TVs everywhere, so they'll have all the games on multiple TVs.
Yes.
I've heard the people there are great. The food and drink is great. You get to hang out with your family. That's the main thing. Come and find Vlad and I. Be part of the family.
You don't have to come find me.
Ladies, come by, give us a hug.
Yeah, you can always do that.
Guys, give us a handshake.
You can give me a head nod. Like, what's up?
Vlad will be standing next to me like this, I promise you, with his arms crossed. I'll be open-armed, But it's going to be, I mean, it really is going to be awesome. Like I said, you ask Vlad and I what the special beer is. We'll probably be drinking one of them.
I'll be drinking all of it.
It's an easy-to-drink beer. It's a very light beer, too, so you can handle maybe more than one, Vlad. And you tell us, we'll tell you what the special beer is. Get there early, get your glassware, gear. I'm gonna bring some other QAM goodies too. Maybe win some tickets, maybe win some messy gear, and that secret prize, which is going to be absolutely cool. I kind of want the secret prize. So Vlad, you might want to put your name in, or something like that. I might bring some more friends, or some of our family members might want to invite us to whatever they win. It's going to be really cool. But yeah, tomorrow's going to be a good day for us, definitely. And just hanging out, man. We've had a lot of our friends come out and hang out with us, and family hang out with us at different bars and establishments. This is another chance, and I'm going to definitely be into the Venezuela-Jamaica game and cheering Ecuador on as hard as I can. Nothing against Mexico, just rivals of the United States national team. Everybody has their rivals. Argentina, Brazil, well, really Argentina and all of South America, they kind of go against each other, but nonetheless, should be a fun one. And the parade, my plan for the parade would have been, Vlad, is to get to Galleria Mall, park for free, bring like a 6-pack of beer and just kind of, or maybe more than that, a 6-pack of tall boys, and just walk around and have some beer and take in the parade and the scenery. Then maybe afterwards find one of the bars, because we do know that some of the bars along the parade route and in that area have been private partied, I guess would be lack of a better term. So it's not like every bar you're going to be able to get into, but there's going to be bars that are open. So I would just kind of take my time and then take your time, get down to the Carolina Ale House. What would be your move, Vlad? Kind of give us your expertise. You were in that area earlier this week for the celebration at Elbow Room. If you were going down there as just a casual viewer, a fan, or something like that, where would you park? Where would you go? What would you do? Help me out.
Bro, I would get there early, man. Like 7:30.
It's going to be very crowded.
Yeah, and I think you're gonna by that time you get there, there's already gonna be people around there. Where the celebration is and where that team is located and their fan base. You're talking about people from West Palm. You're talking about people coming from Palm Beach,
Orlando.
Maybe Orlando, but I'm just thinking about the 3 counties that the fan base is obviously is Broward, and there's a strong fan base in the Palm Beaches in Palm Beach County, and obviously people are going to come from Dade. It's a Sunday afternoon. It's the last day of the weekend. It's early. Yeah,
Once in a lifetime.
People are gonna be outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're gonna be outside. So I would be out there 7, and you're not gonna move if it's like 250,000 to 500,000 people out there. You're not going to be moving at any time soon. You're not. And everybody's going to end up trying to be at the ER at the end of the day.
Yeah. Take it from a man that was born at a parade, basically. I've done some parades in my life. You're right, Vlad. Just get there early and enjoy the day. Take your time. Let things go. Don't get all, I understand you'll be hydrating. Don't let things really bother you. Enjoy the day. Be a good fan. Be a good neighbor. Be a good citizen. Have your drinks. Celebrate. And take your time and, just kind of meander around. And look, trust me, if you're wondering exactly where you need to be, you'll find it. It's no problem. You know the area, elbow room type area. You'll see the crowds. It's on A1A, the parade. It starts at around 11. Our coverage starts at 10, and we're going to cover it all the way through. post ceremony. The ceremony's on the beach. They built a stage. So I know a lot of people are like, well, I think I'm just going to go to the ceremony because you get to see everything. And plus they're going to be talking on the microphones, but there's something about the parade. They're going to be on double-decker buses. That's what I've heard. So they're not going to be on floats. They're going to be on buses. And I'm guessing they will most of them be drunk by 9 a.m. if they're not already drunk from Monday.
Dude, they're still drunk, man.
I don't blame them. Don't blame them one bit. Roberto Luongo took a little break, ate some pasta. Yeah, get a little.
All right, now people have done an investigation on that pasta. They think there was a bowl inside the cup.
That's understandable.
That's understandable.
I kind of like that, actually, to be honest with you, because it's hard to get out that tomato vodka sauce off the cup, But these are so it'll be cool. We'll be here tomorrow, 10 a.m. Gonna come and wrap things up next here on 560 WQAM.
Your favorite shows, the games of your favorite Miami teams, and more can be heard on the free Odyssey app. Don't miss out. Download it today and make WQAM your favorite station.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Whenever you hear Diet Coke, you know it's that time. Vlad and I are about to sign off and go our merry way, but no worries. We'll be back with you early-ish tomorrow. 10 o'clock is when the coverage of the parade starts with Dana Rabinowitz and Brendan Tobin. But Vlad and I will be here in the studio, and then we're just going to carry throughout all the way till 4 o'clock. And then, of course, like we said, Carolina Ale House in Weston for a little Copa America viewing party and a chance to win some cool stuff. But the main thing is hanging out with your family. That's what it's all about. Hit us up at Vlad2078 or at Dan Day Radio on social media if you have any questions. Of course, we'll be here with you tomorrow. Take care of all that. What are you doing with the rest of your day, Vlad? Is there anything exciting? Is there, because you're a man of the people. You've been on the streets. You've been at Elbow Room. You've been at Duffy's and Plantation. You're going to Carolina Ale House. Where are you going today?
I don't know, bro. It's open. It's open.
You and me both.
It's open. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I know there's a UFC fight going on right now. Maybe I'll catch the main event. See Pereira fight. He's a hell of a fighter. Maybe catch the ending of this Yankee Blue Jay game. Looks like they're down 2-0 already.
I like your guy last night pitching. What was it?
Marcus Stroman, yeah.
He was wilding, bro.
He got upset with a double play he wanted to get out of. He got upset with Gleyber Torres.
I like him that he yells and screams on the mountain. Not just last night, but he kind of gets into it all the time. I like his style.
Yeah, he's very emotional. I like that. He's a brother.
I do like that.
I like that. You know, we got a brother. We got a brother
RBI.
on the team. So yeah, RBI. You already know.
Jim Anderson representing.
And what else is happening tonight? Probably watch some Copa.
Yep.
Definitely watch the Argentina game.
I kind of talked myself into doing some things because when I get off, I'm going to go see Giuseppe and Nathan for a little bit. I haven't seen Joe in a while. I'm going to bring him a bottle. But then I realized Argentina's playing here against Peru at Hard Rock Stadium, but I live in Poquito, Buenos Aires, which is Little Buenos Aires. But there's a Peruvian restaurant that I frequent that gets pretty wild for the matches. So that might be a good little thing. Just stroll around the neighborhood and catch all the craziness.
Yeah, man.
And get some Peruvian food while I'm at it.
Yeah, Peruvian vegan food.
Yeah. They got a vegetarian ceviche that I get a lot of the times. True story. But yeah, I don't really have any set plans. And then we got a full day tomorrow. Got to get up early tomorrow too. So I might want to slow down on the cascañas that I'm going to be putting down at that Peruvian restaurant and get ready for the stuff tomorrow. The parade though is going to be hype.
Yeah, the parade. Listen, even our boy Richie from Boar's Head came in. He's like, "What's up, guys? Great show. See you at the Copa game. I live in the neighborhood close to Paradise Path. It's gonna be crazy. You better leave at 6 a.m."
Yeah, I'm expecting. Like you asked me, how many people do you think are going to be there? I was at 500,000. I mean, it might not be that big, but it might. I mean, you got to think all of South Florida, and there were people coming from Orlando to go to Raising Cane's the other day with Matthew Kachuk. Served like 30 plates of Raising Cane's chicken fingers, and there was like a line outside the building, around the corner, around everywhere. So just to see Matthew Kachuk at Raising Cane's brings that about a big of a crowd, and people from Orlando, you got to be figuring large amount of people going to be at this parade tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And rightfully so. It's a party. It's a parade. It's going to be great. I know a lot of people taking off work tomorrow and Monday. That's a smart move. If
you might as well take the whole week off, bro. It's a short week.
That's a lot, Vlad. It's a lot.
You don't think it's a short week?
For some people, yeah. I get a little Monday, Tuesday work in. I think I'm off the 4th of July. Watch out. You know what I'm doing on the 4th of July.
Fireworks. That's right. They already started lighting up fireworks yesterday.
Don't give me a day off from any of my jobs, because that means one thing and one thing only. Setting my alarm for about 9-10 in the morning, hitting the beach. And Jensen's liquor store.
Of course. It's always Jensen.
Do I even have to explain? I think that's just an understood statement at most everything that I do. It is preceded and sometimes followed by Jensen's liquor store.
Oh, we just decided we're definitely going to the Orioles game. I want to see the Orioles play.
That's what I meant to talk about, man. We decided. I think it's the last afternoon game.
I believe it's the last
midweek
midweek afternoon game for the season for the Marlins, and they are playing the Baltimore Orioles.
That's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be awesome. It's a 12. It's a noon.
12:10. Yeah.
12:10 game.
I meant to say that. I'm going to see Giuseppe and Nathan. I'd be like, I can holler at Nathan because he works for the Marlins.
Holler at Nathan. Tell Nathan that we're coming there.
Officer Perez, be ready. Dude, we are looking for her. I hope she's in the same spot every game, but if not, we're circling the stadium. We're circling the stadium.
Officer Perez, man. Officer Perez.
I got you. We might even step it up, Vlad. 2 prestiges and a crazy horse. A crazy stallion, I'm sorry. 2 prestiges.
Crazy horse.
Crazy stallion.
What's wrong with you?
24-ounce crazy stallion. $1.50. Represent.
Yo.
Hey, yo.
Crazy horse. What's wrong with you?
That is a very popular name for a strip club.
It's always.
I've been to like 7 different crazy horses.
Crazy horses and diamonds and all of that. It's
Yeah.
like it's just all the same.
Couple things. Just follow the strips around.
It's just the same name all over the place.
But yeah, we might have to do that, man. That's going to be a good one. So go see Officer Perez. Go see Nathan. It's going to be the 26th or 24th of July. It is going to be Marlins versus Orioles at 12:10 on a Thursday. So that's going to be a nice day for the family too. So we're going to get here at about 10 o'clock. We're going to roll down to the game, then go to Duffy's afterwards for trivia night.
Yes.
We'll say hi to Justin and Sabrina.
Yes.
Sabrina will be there. She's always there on Thursday.
That'd be a great day if I see Officer Perez and Sabrina. That'd be like that. That'd be, shoot.
Maybe throwing the Marlins win. I don't know.
That'd be a great Thursday.
Maybe throwing the Marlins. Maybe by that time the Marlins will be in the wild card hunt.
You know what's crazy?
They've been winning.
It's not that they're winning. It's just that there's so many bad teams in the National League. Like if they go on a 6-game winning streak, they're back in the wild card hunt.
Yeah, just don't play the Nationals. I don't think we've beaten the Nationals at all this year. We got swept both
That's
times.
wild.
And we swept them like really bad last year. The tables have turned, but nah, man, it's going to be exciting. That's going to be fun. So mark it on your calendar. Whenever the Orioles are coming to town next month, we're going to be there at 12:10. It's going to be a bunch of camp kids and 2 cousins drinking beer at noon.
Nah, the Marlins are at 13 and a half back, bro.
Oh, from the wild card?
Yeah.
God, they're not winning the division because the Phillies are just running away with
Nah,
it.
Phillies won the division already.
They've already clinched. Pre-July 4th, they've clinched.
They won the division.
Oh, man. But yeah, so we'll see how the Marlins do, and we'll get that going. And yeah, I'm going to watch these Copa games. I really want to see how Argentina looks against Peru. Of course, like I said, my friend Alex and a bunch of his family were wearing their Peru kits last night at Duffy's. So I'm going to be cheering on Peru. Although I'm going to be by Manolo's. I might walk by Manolo's. They usually shut the street down by Manolo's in North Beach for Argentina games. So I might go around there and kind of see what all the craziness is. And then, just catch all the other games that'll be happening. We got Denmark and
Germany about to begin at 3 p.m.
Playing.
Oh, they did. Why did I say about to begin? As if like
it's suspended. That's why it's been suspended.
Wow, what happened?
I'm hoping just weather. Maybe weather. I don't know. Denmark live update scores match. I'm not getting much information, but just know the game's been suspended. Germany's another one of those teams. Like we said, Italy, they'll sometimes get you really high and win the Euro.
They are the home country.
They'll be terrible the next year. Germany is one of those teams too that they can get you really high and then they can let you down really bad sometimes.
Lightning delay.
Yeah.
Lightning delays. Germany's Euro 2024 round of 16 clash against Denmark in Dortmund was suspended by referee Michael Oliver due to a thunderstorm that led to the players being taken off the pitch as a result of lightning.
Probably could have scrolled down and a little bit further down to see why that, but yeah, either way, all good.
And we already have post-game sound from Italian coach Luciano Spalletti, and he said he takes full responsibility for his team's exit from the European Championship in the first knockout round after an insipid 2-0 loss against Switzerland.
That is what I love about soccer coaches.
Insipid.
They're very candid. Like, remember Jurgen Klinsmann? Well,
that's the one thing I give soccer managers.
Sometimes to their own demise.
You know what? We stunk. We didn't bring it at all. We had no effort on the pitch. We didn't bring it. It's on me.
That was the beginning of the end of Jurgen Klinsmann. Can the U.S. team win the World Cup? Possibly. Will we? No. Jurgen, man, that's not how we play the game here in the United States.
But he's just real.
He's just real. I mean, there's no way we're going to win the World Cup, especially years ago. We might even get out of the group stage in Copa after that performance against Panama.
So Now, if the match is suspended, that means it's gonna be played at another day, or is it suspended just for now?
I think it's just a couple of hours. They got to.
It can't be a couple. Well, then forget it. It's 8 p. It's almost 9. It's almost 9 o'clock out there.
Man, Germans love their soccer, man. They'll play any time of the day. Maybe tomorrow. Oh, maybe get a little double dip tomorrow. Maybe get some Euro action too. Maybe they'll play, and we'll have 3 games on at Carolina Ale House tomorrow, Vlad.
No, there's 2 games that's already being played tomorrow at the Euros.
No, but maybe they'll get delayed to tomorrow night, and it'll be happening tomorrow night.
This is because this is gonna F up schedule. This is gonna mess. Yeah, this is gonna mess up schedules. There's games tomorrow that are already locked in.
Yeah, but they're not all at the same stadium, so they'll
No, it's not at the same stadium, but it's not. You have to. You don't know what the television production company. You don't know which one has to go to a different site.
Yeah.
You know, because it's not like every game is being played, like you said, in the same site. I mean, this German game is being played in Dortmund.
Right, but they probably have a local Dortmund crew.
What if that crew's got to go fly out tonight to go do a game in, Stuttgart,
Dusseldorf,
or in Stuttgart?
Okay. You want to start naming German towns?
That's it. That's all I got.
You want to start throwing?
Frankfurt and Essex.
You ready to throw? Cologne.
That's all I got for you, man.
That's what Vlad. Man, it is raining over there. That's what Vlad and I do. We just throw out stuff until one of us runs out of what they're talking about. But so, okay, Vlad. Man, I don't know why I'm so emphatic about this. If you're going to the Argentina-Peru game, ball out, have fun. Not often do you get a Copa America game here in Miami. If you're going to the parade tomorrow, ball out, have fun. If you're coming to see us tomorrow night at Carolina Ale House, you're definitely, I don't have to tell you to ball out and have fun. You're going to have fun. We're going to be back tomorrow at 10 o'clock. We're going to be covering the parade. For my cousin Vladimir Louison, I am Dan Day, and this has been Sports Day on 560 WQAM.
Later, fools.
These hurricanes.